Anything different, or was it just like we happen to have a funeral home underneath us?
Scary stories were more fun there for sure. I mean, well, like
Today, Clem joins me in the studio to talk about the uncomfortableness of embarking on the journey of finding your thing, your special sauce, your niche, what that search looks like, and what to do with it once you found it. You try to hide your goofy side at some point. Is this true?
yeah,
Can you elaborate on this?
I used to want to like be happy, like that was the thing, and now it's just like, if like flow's so stupid, but like that's it. Like happy's not possible. Trying to be around it. That was the goal moving down here. Was like, candidly, like I didn't know if I'd be good at it. The one like they would come and like they just see me, and like the times that they're like, this isn't cool, or like what, this is what you actually want to do. I'm like, yeah. And they just like, that was it. That's perfect. This doesn't make any sense. That's like the most. So like when I don't know, like there were times. Cheers, brother. Thank you, man.
Cheers, my friend.
Appreciate it. So wait, there is no alcohol in this stuff?
There's no. I promise I'm not. I did not spike your drink right before you got here.
No, it's so funny. I have my boss even. She was like, we had a THC seltzer, and I was drinking some of them. And she came up to me and she was like, "Oh my god, I think there's alcohol in that seltzer." And I was like, "No, there's not." And she's like, "No, I'm serious. I think there might be." And I was like, "I promise you, there's not. Like, if I'm not shirtless right now doing cocaine, there's not alcohol."
Hey, if a little bit of alcohol gets you shirtless and doing cocaine, maybe I will spike your drink when you come over for round 2.
I just do it sober these days. That's a nice thing. Just keep it alert. Yeah, man, I'm sorry about being late too. I don't know why I thought we were.
No, you're good. It could have been my fault. Could have been. I don't care. You showed up.
This is cool
That's all
too.
that
I was
matters.
like looking at some of the podcasts. You've had some cool people on.
I have. Yeah, I've been really. When I first started, probably like most humans, I would blast out like 30 invites and maybe like 5 or 6 people would say yes, and I sort of let it get under my skin a little bit. Because I was like, man, that seems like really low numbers to send out 30 invites and have like 5 people come on. But then, now that I'm 120...
honestly.
What?
That seems high. I mean...
You think so?
I guess like rejection therapy maybe for me is different, but like most people aren't apt to doing stuff that's different, or, like outside of their regular wheelhouse.
This is true. This is very true. Yeah.
But people do love talking about themselves for the most part. And I think you have like an open forum podcast where it doesn't box people in, maybe.
No, I don't. I think it's pretty open. But what I was gonna say is just that now that I'm 100 plus episodes deep, I'm really grateful for the people that have said yes, because I feel like it's always the right people.
Hell yeah,
I'm just like, how do I keep getting so lucky? Is it just like is it a vibe thing? Is it I just reach all the narcissists that want to talk about themselves? I'm just kidding.
Dude, I'm aware I'm a narcissist. I have to be. I think it's like you can't not be fully. No, I mean it's part of what you draw in. I'm sure, like just you as a person.
I think so. Did I send you after you originally said yes? Did I send you a video message? Like just introducing myself?
You did actually. Yeah.
It's funny because some people...
That's funny. Like, that's cool and unique. I don't know. It's different.
Some people say no after that, which always makes me chuckle. So they'll be like, yeah, I'll come on. And then I'll send them that video message, and they'll be like, you know what, never mind. Which is good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you want to, like, see that shit out early, to be honest with you. It's just part of, like, being yourself and, like, learning who you are, I think.
Yeah.
Leaning into that.
Agreed.
I like the voice messages, all that stuff, too, man.
I do too. Yeah, as soon as you told me that you were down, I was like, man, this guy's never getting a text message from me again. As long as we're friends, he's only getting audio messages.
I like it. This is cool, man. It's a cool setup, man.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, if your buddy lives here, he chose a good spot. My only complaint with this area.
I took my shoes off. Sorry, I just realized that too.
Either way.
Would you want me to?
You just laced them up. Keep them on.
No, I just realized that.
Thad brings in all his shit, so
Dad,
I'm not too worried about it.
Boys of the same feather. I like it.
What part of town are you in?
So I just moved down. I'm off Altorf, like in Riverside, so I'm like 10 minutes from downtown.
Okay.
So it was like half-hour drive to here, which isn't bad. I mean, it's like...
Thank you for making the drive, by the way.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, that's why I'm here all the time anyways.
Do you know where the Metropolis is, the apartment complex?
So I'm literally like right down the hill from the Metropolis. Yeah,
so,
I'm right by there. And I get it. It's a fun area. for sure.
That's a very generous word.
Yeah. What's it like? I've talked to people and they're like, "Oh, you live there." I'm like, "I've lived in some way worse places than this, man. I don't know. Like, Cleveland was fun. There's some spots there."
A friend of mine just moved here from New York. And I have a different friend who lives in the metropolis, and he's like, "Dude, you guys should move to the metropolis. It's super cheap." And
he's from New York, though.
Yeah, upstate New York. Like, what's the place that starts with an A? It doesn't matter. It's upstate New York. But him and his girlfriend moved to the Met while they scoped out the rest of Austin. So they just signed like a 9-month lease or something.
It's flexible, I thought. Yeah.
And they moved there because of my friend's recommendation. And then they got there, and they were like, "Dude, this place is fucking trash." Like, and then they came up here and saw my place once, and they were like, "Why didn't you tell us to move in here?" It's like, because you never asked. You took Tom's word to go to the metropolis and didn't talk to anyone else, so that's your fault.
You gotta look around, man. So I had to move out in a pinch, but it was the right reasons. How's my hair looking? Big weirdo. Perm gotta get mad.
How's my bald look?
Dude, it's sharp, man. I can see me do, like, my dad's bald, most of my family, and I have a ton of OCD, so, like, it shocks me I can do this. But once I see myself, then it freaks me. Now I'm like, that's gonna be weird to me for the next. That's fun stuff.
How's it look to you?
Where's that damn split? This is the problem. Dude. Oh, wait. See, that's why I should shave my head. That's why what's his name does that. Howie Mandel. He shaves his head because he's OCD, so like it bothers him like to have anything, and I could see me doing that at some point. Pretty fun.
If you ever want to, you get really quick at it, and it's I would imagine it saves time. Mine just doesn't grow, which is part of the reason I do it.
It's a good look for you though. Like with the beard and balance, it looks.
Yeah, I got lucky with the beard. As soon as my hair started thinning, I tried some Rogaine, and that didn't do jack. And I didn't have a beard at the time, so before I shaved it, I started growing my facial hair. And fortunately, it grew.
Dude, it looks
and I was like, "All right, just
do it."
The top part's going away."
I did used to shave my head from the time I was 12 until I went to college, and then when I got to college, I didn't have my clippers, and then when I get a haircut, and then just grew my hair past my shoulders. Interesting. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, dog. There we are.
Live on air.
Live.
Yeah.
They're very strong. Are you a headphone guy? Do you want to find out if you're a headphone guy? They're right there for you.
Just make it look natural.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, that's nice.
It is nice. Sort of helps you focus in a little bit.
Very
Can you hear me okay?
I can. Yeah, can you hear me breathing?
Not yet.
How about now?
Now I can hear you great. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
You want anything turned up or down?
Fuck, I just didn't know I sound like this. Unique New York. Ryland ripped the ripcord. Yeah, no, sounds good. It's nice. I also don't know the levels thing when people are like, "How's it sound?" Like, you tell me.
Well, it should just sound nice. I've had some people. So I started asking because two things happened. One episode, someone was like halfway through was like, "Should I hear anything in this?"
That would be me too. Yeah. I think, "Oh, that's crazy. You just want me to just be deaf the whole time."
Yeah. And then on the flip side, like 10 minutes in, someone was like, "Dude, this is so loud. Like, it's so loud." And it's like, why didn't you say anything?
Yeah, no, I think this is fine. It sounds good.
Okay.
Can you make me sound smarter or taller?
I will help you. I mean, not through the board, but through my questions, I will help you sound smarter.
Set me up. Set me up for it.
And yeah, the tallness is just like, I could maybe buy you a pull-up bar for your next birthday, and you could hang off that.
I want to be like 9 feet tall.
How tall are you right now?
7'2". No, I'm like 6'2". I think something like that.
Are you a Zen?
14.
Are you a Zen guy at all?
I do Zen a little bit. I have Rogues. That's like Swishers type of thing. My buddy works for Swisher, and he got me hooked on those, as any good good sales guy would.
Yeah.
But
I haven't tried either of those yet. Same thing, different brand, essentially.
Yeah, they're a little meatier. I'd say that's the thing. I have one in my bag somewhere, but they're not bad. They're not bad.
All right.
I used to chew like actual tobacco for a number of years, and that was fun quitting for sure.
Yeah. Have you met a guy named Isaac Kane Brown?
That's one person?
Yep.
No. Does not sound familiar.
I blame him for the fact that there's 4 of these because he came on the podcast. He's a comedian here in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're talking, he pops one, and I said, I've never had. I'll smoke a cigar like twice a year, like my brother's birthday and Christmas Day.
Yep.
And outside of that, I'm not really a nicotine guy. So he gave me one. I was like, what's that? And he said, try it. And I put it in my mouth, and I loved it. And that was about 9 months ago. That was last July.
Yep.
It was 11 months ago. And here we are, addicted.
Dude, nicotine, it'll do it.
I should burn them all, but until that day comes.
Get the codes first, you know?
The codes?
On the back. Aren't there little codes for reward points or something? On the back of them?
Do not tell me that.
I don't know. Collect them.
Let's
Have a little tower.
Let's pretend like there's not, because I've had so many packs of those that I would be earned some rewards.
You could
by
have
now.
like 4 or 5 Zyn blankets by the end of it, and that's missing out.
Yeah, dude, that
Nice
could
hoodie.
bury himself under them, as he will probably do in the next 20 minutes or so. Nice blood socks, by the way. It's a very specific
These
red.
guys, you know,
Yeah.
I got a few of them. I find things I like. I have literally 6 different colored socks and 2 different styles of socks, I guess, and that's it. And I wear them depending on what I'm doing.
And red is for
A little bit insight to me, huh?
And red is for podcasting.
Well, yeah, you know, like Tiger, when he wears that red shirt after he golfs or before he golfs, well, that's kind of what this is. So I'm trying to bring my Tiger out here.
Excellent. It matches the curtains, so
Meow.
that's nice.
Curtains match the socks, you know.
The
That's
curtains
the old
match the-
saying.
That
It's
is
a
what
Dutch
it
saying,
is.
I think.
When we put the studio together, I said, guys, there's going to be a comedian coming on who is going to wear maroon socks, and we need something in the studio to match his socks. And Tyler, my brother, said, let's buy these curtains.
He needs a raise.
Yeah,
That's the attention to detail. I've
does.
never had somebody pay that much attention to me.
He does need a raise because all I pay him in is Dr. Peppers and sandwiches. But he seems happy with that. So,
How old's Tyler?
24.
Okay, not
25.
bad. Not bad. If
Yeah.
you said like 76, I would say that's too old.
Yeah, all the 76-year-olds I know are dead.
Most of them.
Yeah. All right.
Stop right there. Well,
you want to do this thing?
yeah, man, let's get into it. This is fun.
I'm going to play the music. I'm going to read your intro, and that's the only scripted part, and then we're just going to see what happens.
Love it.
You have any particular time you want to be done by?
No, I'm pretty open with everything.
4-hour episode.
Let's do it. Let's
Here we
send it.
go.
We're going to play it half speed.
Howdy, y'all, and welcome back to another episode on David's Saturday Night Sitback, a podcast where my guests and I tell personal stories with the hope that by the end of the episode, that internal fire in your gut feels like it's burning a little bit brighter. I'm happy you're here because over 90% of my guests have never taken a guest spot on a podcast before, so I am building a collection of stories for you that can't be heard or watched anywhere else. And tonight on the pod, I have Clementine, aka Clem, an aspiring comedian, podcast dabbler, barback model, door fella, and boat captain who grew up in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, lived in Cleveland for 7.5 years, and now resides here in Austin, Texas. Clem joins me armed with his bachelor's in English. He was a pre-law major, and he was part of the National Society of Leadership at Kent State University out of Ohio, where he went for track and field. Clem spent some time working for Apple and then spent several years working at a global technology service provider based out of the UK. Today, Clem joins me in the studio to talk about the uncomfortableness of embarking on the journey of finding your thing, your special sauce, your niche, what that search looks like, and what to do with it once you found it. Clem, thank you for who you are, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome to your episode on David's Saturday Night Sitback.
Thanks, man. That was cool. That was a hell of an intro.
Fuck yeah.
Did I write that?
No, I did.
I was going to say that. I don't remember any of that. Good work, man. That's fucking cool. That's cool. That's cool.
dude.
Heck yeah.
I'm so glad you liked it. Look
No,
at you
that was
smiling.
sick. Yeah, that was nice. That was more attention. That sounds like the month or the yearly letter that my mom sends out to the family.
Does she actually?
Yeah, that's a thing that we do. If you wonder why I do comedy, we'll start there.
we could start wherever you
Nah,
want.
man, that's cool. Thank you for having me, though. Thank you. This
You're
is cool.
welcome, dude.
This is fun.
Thank you for being here.
And the 90%, fuck you. Can we swear?
Yeah.
Okay, 90%, not cool. Be nice, guys. Come on podcasts. Talk about yourself. You know you want to.
But it does make for a cool little niche. That's how you draw the people in. Is
Clears it up, yeah.
You know, you don't have the repurpose person that's been doing their, run of podcasts and trying to get as many as they can. It's
That's
just,
true.
Yeah.
I like it, man. I like it.
I like it too. I like you. I like that mustache.
David, you're sweet. You're one of the few that do.
I try my best. You know what? To start out, I had a couple different things I was going to do to break the ice with you, but I think we're going to start with some pictures. You want to start with some pictures?
Yep, let's do it. Send them.
All right. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, jump over to YouTube for the next 5 or 10 minutes so you can see all of these. Is one of these little fellers you?
Probably. Yep, that's me.
Hell yeah.
I would be Batman, obviously. It's a smart call if you're going to do it. And then my brother, he's Robin, I think. That's it right there, folks. Still have the costume. I remember distinctly trying to jump. I believe things when I was younger. I remember trying to jump off the bed and be like, if I'm wearing the suit, it'll work. And like consistently just upset with gravity.
I jumped off a desk once when me and my brother were playing some sort of fucking superhero. I don't even know what we were playing. But the desk, as I jumped off of it, just split in half.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And my mom, dude, she was asleep, and she heard it, and she woke up, and there is hell to pay that morning.
One of those things you're just like, shop.
Yeah.
Go to bed, get back to bed.
Yeah.
Go back to sleep.
She comes
Dude,
out to
funny.
the family room. How'd this desk break?
I don't know. We got robbed.
Is that
burglarized?
Is that Raphael, Frank, or Nat?
Which one? In here?
Yeah.
No, so this is me and my little brother Dante.
Oh, okay.
Dante, little homie. That was our first day of high school, I think.
First day of high school?
Maybe not.
I was gonna say you guys looked like you're 5 there. First day of high school.
I would if I was allowed to wear a Batman suit. I probably would have, but you can't wear masks in schools anymore.
It's 2020.
It's fine. That would have been. Yeah, that was forever ago. I thought there was a date on this one actually. No, that's cute. We had fun. We were Buzz and Lightyear one year too, or Buzz and Woody from Toy Story.
Yeah. Were you Buzz?
Cool. No, he was Buzz. I was a big Toy Story guy growing up. He was Space Jam when I was Buzz or Toy Story.
Dude, Toy Story is a
cool.
good movie.
It's a fucking classic. It's awesome.
Did you see the one where the kid's name is Andy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the one where at the end of it he's going off to either like high school or college or something, and he gives away all of his toys at the end?
Yeah, through like sobbing tears in my eyes, I saw it. Yeah.
Dude, same here. Like an adult man in my family room by myself watching this Pixar movie, just like, what the fuck
know
is
what they're
wrong
doing.
with me?
Yeah.
Dude, after that, it's like, no more Pixar.
No,
unless I'm in a sad mood and I want to cry, no more Pixar.
They're cutting deep. They're cutting deep now.
Yeah.
I love those type of movies though. I don't know, something like the creative side of it. It's weird. It's fun.
Is this also you?
What do we got? Yeah, that's me and him. Oh, hell yeah.
That's you on the left, right?
Yeah. That's me right there. Sweet bowl cut, and that's him. Oh, I'm sorry. That's me. Bowl cut. We wore the same clothes. That was fun. Just easier. And that's a leash. Right there.
Yep, I see it.
So, we were leash kids. Pretty neat stuff. Yeah, I wondered Batman wouldn't be leashed. That makes sense. You can't leash Batman.
No,
but,
dude, it's Batman.
This is us, I think, at Disney or something like that. And yeah, man, my parents used to use leashes because that's what people did back then, which is not an argument. But I was a hellion, so I get it.
They actually kept you on a leash? That's just not one of your jokes?
No, the picture's right there, man. It's like...
Well, you're holding a leash.
No, that's connected to my wrist. Yeah, and then my father he let me go for a second. He's standing right here and let it hang there for half a second to get the picture taken, then he snatched it back.
How bad were you guys acting that your parents felt the need to put a leash on you?
Bad enough to... I think we were polite, I would say, overall. No, we just ran around a lot, dude. We were ornery. We had 2 older brothers. I will say, though, from the stories of my dad and his brothers, we were like angels, comparatively. They didn't have leashes back then. But, yeah, it's funny. We were actual leash kids. This is what happens when leash kids grow up.
They become sober comedians?
One of them, yeah. The other one, he's pretty good. Just classic, he's working along, things like that. It's a 50-50 shot if you want to leash him. Just don't leave him outside overnight. It's hot in Austin.
It is hot, dude.
It's hot in Austin.
It is.
Leash kid would be tough to be a leash kid in Austin.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be in an inclement place.
Your dad came from a big family, didn't he? Like 12 brothers and sisters or something like that?
So that would be his. So my grandpa would have had 12 on that side, and then it's funny. Like some of them moved down here to Texas, and the rest of them stayed up in Pennsylvania, where I'm from. So it's kind of like split. So I have some family down here already before moving down, which was like a convenient, easy transition to get down here.
Okay.
Down south.
What's your dad's name?
Natal.
Okay.
Didn't you think it was Natalie?
No.
Oh.
I figured it was probably, I thought it was Nathan.
Oh no, it's Nat. Yeah, Nat. He goes by, which I didn't realize isn't. I guess I didn't realize like Dante and Clem is not a normal like male name either. But yeah. So like his name's Nat or Natal, and his middle name's not something we talk about. Secret.
I'll find it.
I don't know why I said that out loud. Yeah, I'm
You
sorry.
just, you just gave a researcher a challenge.
He's gonna be pissed.
So was it your grandpa that opened the funeral home and then your dad took it over?
It was, yeah. So
Okay.
so he drove bus for a while, and at some point, like I think he wanted to do that, and I don't know why my voice just.
I was gonna say your voice just cracked a little bit.
Sorry, puberty's tough at 31, guys. It's embarrassing, but like I said, I want to be 7 feet tall, and you got to take the right testosterone. So yeah, so he started, I think in 72. I want to say was the year. Yeah, because 50 years would have been in 2020 or 2022. So, yeah, he started it, and then my dad took it over when he was like 19 or 20 years old, whenever his father passed away. I'm sorry, so his dad passed away, and then my grandmother would have ran it with a widower's license for a few years while my dad sort of got his things together and went to school and everything, and then he came back and took it over. So,
You gonna take it over next?
I don't. No, he's gonna. No, I don't think. The only thing is like living there. Like I love the. I mean, honestly, it's such a service to the community still. And like growing up, I don't know. Like I grew up with just a different. I don't want to say different aspect on life or whatever, but we really we tried to help out, and like you help families through a lot of very difficult times, and it's like a humbling experience. So it is tough to like do regular. I don't want to say like regular things, knowing like there's jobs like that out there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I could totally be out there
yeah.
like feeding the poor, and instead I'm just in here up on the top of a mountain in my studio talking to Clementine.
I'm usually on a stage
Way to make
doing
me
that.
feel
Yeah,
like shit.
that's all I want to do though. No, it is like it's a calling and such a cool thing, and like he's so good at it, and yeah, like I respect the hell out of them for being able to do it. But for me, it's not something I could see myself doing. Really nothing is though, outside of the whole joke shit. Just that's it.
And captaining boats.
Yeah, that's all just paying the bills. Though,
I know,
you know,
I
you know,
know.
it's
Yeah.
fun though. I like the boat stuff. It's cool.
Where we'll go back.
We can go over, yeah.
We'll go back to your childhood in a second. No, actually, let's start there.
Start.
Was it just you and Dante?
No.
As far as siblings go?
No, so I have two older brothers from, like, my mom. She was married prior, so from that marriage, they were there, Joe and Jeff, and they're like 10 and 12 years older than me, but they're just my brothers to me. You know, like they helped raise me and Dante, and then in the house it would have been like my grandmother lived there until I think I was 12. My aunt lived there until I was maybe 8 or 9. I had a few other cousins that lived there, like kind of throughout it. So we lived in the funeral home. We lived above it, and on like the second and third floor of the funeral home. So it was like a bigger house in that sense. So I was like family there all the time. It was cool.
What was that like? Was it anything different, or was it just like we happen to have a funeral home underneath us?
Scary stories were more fun there for sure. I mean, well, like, no, to us it was not. And like, I remember when I was young, someone was like, "Aren't you afraid?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I'm afraid of the woods." But like, my buddy wasn't afraid of the woods, and he grew up like out in the country. And like, I was afraid of the woods, but to him he wasn't. It's the same thing. Like, I just got people below us. You know, it's just different. So yeah, for me it wasn't different, but like there was an obvious realization like everybody doesn't have this type of life or like that type of stuff going on below them, you know, on the floor below them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you're not afraid of death.
Dude, I don't know what my relationship with death is. I think it's like Oh, I've always respected it, I think. And like at funerals and things like that, like you're hearing some of the best parts about that person's life. So it is like just an awareness of that. Like, oh, you got a shot of impacting people in a really positive way. And I don't know, that's something like I've always, I don't know. I took that. Like it wasn't negative to me. There was no like, even like the way that it's the jalapenos in there. I'm not getting emotional.
and that I scaled it back a little bit too. I added some water in. So I can add more water.
I'm from the north. I'm from ranches.
Is this spicy for you?
No, it's not spicy. No, I can eat spicy stuff like crazy. My stomach is getting weaker as I get older. But no, it wasn't weird growing up there. It was like my life and just the normal kind of thing that we did. And like looking back on it now, I wouldn't change any of it. Like it taught me to respect things differently. I think it did shape the way I look at some things in good and bad ways.
Such as?
I think I do respect life, but I also feel like the disassociation sometimes, learning to do that at a younger age. Like maybe that's something that like I shouldn't practice as much at an older age, but like just emotionally kind of like shut off at times. Like I learned to do that when I was younger. So that's something that I guess maybe I carry through a little now, but I don't know. The last like year and a half or 2 years or whatever, I feel very much like myself and not as much sort of any of that. Like there's no blocking, if any of that makes sense.
A little bit. I'll ask you a few more questions and it might make sense.
Dig in, man.
Is Greensburg this a big town, small town?
Medium sized, I guess. It's like 40 minutes south of Pittsburgh.
All right.
So I think my class maybe had 110 kids in it or something like that. So it wasn't like a massive high school. Yeah, it wasn't giant. You knew everybody for the most part. I'll say like my parents were just involved in the community and what they did. So that was just something like we always had sort of a lens or an eye on us growing up. Which seemed to be like the same experience that like my dad and my uncles had in that town. It's just like a smaller, like, I don't know, a big Italian family in the town, you know.
You just made me remember that gym I used to work out at in California. There's this lady there that sold, what's the technical term for like is it just called a burial plot? Like wherever you're going to put me 6 feet under?
Yeah, plots, yeah.
Yeah, and she sold plots, and she would come up to me while I was doing my workout. Just, dude, this is like 80-year-old lady, maybe not 80, 70-year-old lady named Jocelyn. And she'd come up to me and she'd be like, "Hey, David, how's your dad doing? Has he got like cancer yet or anything?" I'd be like, "Jocelyn, no, why?" And she's like, "Well, I'm just trying to close you on these plots. I've been pitching you for like 2 years, and
pre-need,
I know your parents are getting up there. So when you gonna buy?" And it's like, man, they're gonna buy out of their inheritance. Maybe I might just keep that money for myself and burn them and spread their ashes in an ocean or something. But
that's great. I mean, it's such an interesting, like, I don't know, just the burial culture in general. It's some, I don't know, people don't talk about it a lot, I feel like, maybe. Like, did you have any exposure to that outside of funerals that you went to growing up?
Oh, just
outside just death in general. Maybe like a fish dying or something like that. Not like understanding, I guess, like what comes with it.
Yeah, when I was, how old are you in first and second grade? Like 7, 8-ish, right? I think.
I mean, I was.
Let's go with.
I was a little older than you should have been. I went to kindergarten twice.
So I went to. I think I did too. Dude, cheers to us. I knew that when we jumped on that phone call, I was like, "There's a reason me and this dude are."
I know
clicking.
my color is twice as good.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
But I remember that one of my aunts, Aunt Jennifer, was something like they just told us she was sick or something, and then one day my mom picked me up like an hour and a half late from school, which is very unlike her. And when I got in the car, she's bawling her eyes out, and I forget exactly how she worded it because this was so long ago, but she just told me that Aunt Jennifer was no longer with us, and she was my fucking favorite aunt because I always felt like an outsider everywhere. And that was no fault of my family's. I'm not going to be like, oh, they were terrible to me. I've just always felt like the weirdo wherever I go. And Jennifer just made me feel like she's like my best friend, dude. She would,
Yeah.
whenever I went over, she'd sort of take me under her wing, and I'd help her cook dinner. And then while my brother and like my older cousins were off playing, and they never wanted me to play with them because I was the little annoying kid with no one else near my age,
Yeah.
I'd just hang out with Aunt Jennifer. But even then, I don't think I remembered. I knew it was sad, and I remember crying with my mom, but I don't think I knew like what was happening.
Yeah,
She was just
yeah.
gone. Like, she was there, we were having dinner at her house last month, and now we'll never do it again. And so that was my only exposure. And ever outside of Aunt Jennifer, man, our family's pretty healthy. Like, I'm sort of waiting for, like, when is someone gonna die?
Just waiting. So is that girl at the gym out in California.
Yeah,
She's
dude.
still hanging out.
And I
yeah.
would buy from her, because that's such a genius way to go about it when you think about it, is just to throw some humor in there and some friendliness and just keep,
Oh, yeah.
if I bought land, I would find Jocelyn. I'd be like, you were so fucking persistent and friendly. Like, sign me up. I'm ready.
Well, that's the thing. Like, for me, I don't know. It is every single person or experiences death or like has some sort of relationship with it. So like, yeah, make it funny, make it okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like that's like my goal long term with whatever I'm trying to do. I guess is that like that feeling of things being okay is just rolling through that.
You know what you want your funeral to look like?
I mean, candidly, I think I've thought about that probably way more than you should have, or you should, but I don't know. Like, what's the problem with that? Because again, my perspective of a funeral is people sharing the best moments with that person, and I mean, there's also a ton of other shit that goes on behind the scenes where it's like fighting over the house or the will or whatever, and that's just a reality too. But like, I don't know, those moments when people are sharing that random time that they did something, or the person who passed away did something that like no one else really noticed except for them, and everyone's feeling that, like that's cool. And that also is like, that's that whole that's like a legacy. So yeah, I've thought about more of like what my funeral feels like, I guess, but not what it looks like.
Okay.
Maybe I'd imagine a lot of plants.
You and your plan.
Yeah, I hope so.
This
Maybe.
guy, for the audience, he sent me a text the other day, and he was like, "Hey man, yeah, we'll get the podcast scheduled soon because I've almost got all my plants set up in my new place." And I'm like, "How many plants did this guy move into his new home with?"
Not a lot. I had to go get some more. You get the clearance ones, is what you do, and then you save them if you can. Yeah, man. No, I love plants. They're cool. I had another friend too, and she was talking to my girlfriend. She's like, "Do you think like the only thing I know about Clem is that he grew up in a funeral home," and she's like, "Yeah, I mean, he's tons of stuff, like a boat guy, like he's obsessed with plants." And she's like, "Do you think the plants is like just being around that the whole time?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Oh, because there's plants at funerals." And she's like, "No, being around death. Like, you don't think that's why you like life?" And I was like, "I don't know." Anyway.
She might be drawn a little bit too much into it. I mean, if I could keep
As
plants
people
alive,
do.
this place would be filled with plants. But I kill
could light in here,
plants,
yeah.
so I just don't
Stuff going.
buy them. And then people are like, "Well, get fake plants." I'm like, "But that defeats the purpose." Not completely. Like, these two plants are sort of cool, but where are you chuckling at, Clem?
I was thinking about fake things and whether the purpose really matters.
I just like the thought of live plants.
I know. I like live. I'm a fan of live plants too. I would prefer live plants as well. But
I
at
just
a
don't
certain
got them.
age, sometimes you got to get fake plants to help out if you want to keep.
Or just leave it bare and make puzzles and frame those and put those on the wall.
I was gonna say, is that a puzzle right there?
Yeah, if you use the bathroom, you'll walk by like 7 more.
Dude, I like puzzles. That's a fun thing. Do you do like 3D puzzles at all? Like I don't know, little, you know.
Mm-mm. I'm not opposed to them. I just keep doing the traditional ones just because it's relaxing to me. Like and it's a perfect time filler. So when you were like, "I'll be there at 6:15," I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm just gonna fucking pour some lemonade, work on my puzzle, turn on some Zach Bryan. Thad's gonna be sleeping
like
next to me. He's gonna show up. I'm gonna be super relaxed, no nerves, ready to go. You know, pull it out
That's
and put
it.
it away whenever you want. Sort of like other things, like my dick."
If your dick needs put together every single time you want to use it, that's tough.
Yeah.
500 pieces? That's insane.
Yeah. All right. We went off script, which is great. That's why we do these things. So Greensburg, normal,
Nathaniel Green.
medium-sized town. Would you say anything outside of the ordinary in your middle or high school years? Like, when did you get into track? You ever get into trouble? You ever go to jail? Did you ever give me
All right,
the,
so
the
wait,
interesting parts of your teenage years?
Like, there's just silly stuff. Like, one time my dad picked us up we were like 8th grade. I think we were in 8th grade, or we were going into 8th grade, and he picked us up from a party, and we had like been drinking a little bit, and he asked if we were drinking. I'm like, no, I'm not drinking. That's crazy. And he said, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. And he picked us up at like 10 o'clock, so he's in his boxers and a white T-shirt and like moccasins. It's just how he decides to come out in public. Pretty fucking cool now. And I'm like before I was embarrassed. Now I'm like 100%. That's just a man. But he picks us up and we're driving back, and my buddies are like, dude, why is he's being weird? I'm like, he's fine. Don't worry, he's fine. And we drive back, and we see a police officer like parked on the side of the road in my hometown. And he just pulls up beside the police officer and gets out. And my friends are like, why is he talking to a cop? And I'm like, he's friends with all those guys, man. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. And he rolls down the window, or he opens the door. He goes, like, come out for a second. And he asked me again. He's like, have you been drinking? I'm like, no, definitely not. And he goes, all right, go ahead, sir. And the cop pulls out a breathalyzer. And just fucking breathalyzes me at like 14 years old, which, like, it happens. It's Western Pennsylvania. But yeah, man, he breathalyzed me, and the cop was like, so what do you want me to do with him? And my dad was like, I guess I'll take him back, I guess. And that was how my summer started. I was grounded for like a month immediately. Like it was a graduation party from like 7th grade.
He had a cop breathalyze you?
Yeah, we were
That's
like
savage. That's
he was a cool dude, man. And like looking back, again, outside of the leash, everything pretty copacetic. I was pretty okay with it.
You remember? I'm sure you don't, but do you happen to remember what the breathalyzer read?
I do, because it was written on my birthday card. Because that was the first time I was able to go out. Was like 2 months later, and my birthday is like at the end of July, so I was able to like go out and see my friends. And I think it was like, it might have been like what is 0.08 you can't drive, right?
I think
is it 0.03?
In Texas, it's 04 you can't drive. 08 or less is
you just
like
shouldn't be driving.
Maybe I think, all right, here it is. 0.04 or less. You can't, you can drive legally. 0.04 or more, you can't. But if you get pulled over and it's 0.08 or less, I think the penalties are like very, very minimal. Not a big deal.
14.
Slap on the wrist. Not if you're 14. It's 0.08 and higher that then the state can slap a DUI on your record. Shit like that.
I think it was like 0.038 or something like that. Like it was right below what the
that's
legal.
Like 4 beers.
Well, yeah, that was the thing, and I got like it was just I shouldn't lie, but even if I told the truth, I was gonna get in trouble. So it's kind of like even in a corner there, and I ate a bunch of pennies on the walk up to the police officer, thinking that would help, and it didn't. And I just got poisoned.
You ate pennies?
I didn't. I thought that was a thing you can do. So yeah, it was just I don't know how that story started.
Because I asked you about memorable moments from the middle school / high school days.
Oh, I mean, like just those. Like we were ornery kids too. Like I don't know. I mean, like our senior prank was kind of silly. Just like the way we would have field parties and stuff like that, and just ornery, silly, goofy kids. I will say though, in talking to like my dad was also the president of the school board when I graduated, which was like now it was fucking awesome. Like he gave almost every one of my friends, he gave all my friends and like a majority of the kids in my class their diploma. He got to give me my diploma, which was really cool. And like he just wanted to do that to be around us and be like a positive influence. And like again, at the time, I hated it maybe, or like.
From a kid's perspective,
you know
was
I mean?
it
Like,
overbearing at all? Like, in hindsight, it seems like you appreciate it. But back then, was it like, man, why does dad have to be the fucking director of the school board?
I don't even think it was like it was overbearing, but it did feel like that was just always it was like always being like having a lens on you, I guess. But it's not like we were assholes. Like I think we were pretty respectful people. So no, I don't think even then I didn't respect it as much as I do now, I guess. Like then it was cool. It was like, oh, it was a little embarrassing maybe. Like my dad's gonna give away like at the graduation and stuff. He's gonna be there, and now it's like that was one of the coolest things he could have did. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. You're pretty badass.
What day is your birthday?
July 29th.
Dude.
When's yours?
July 30th.
Real? Oh fuck yeah! There we go.
We're gonna get together, eat some cashews,
Let's go.
drink some
I'll
booze.
bring the EpiPen.
I'm kidding.
He's aware.
What you doing for your birthday this year? Do you
know.
do much for your birthday anymore?
Not really. No, I don't. No. No, I'll probably be working or something like that. Like, I don't know if I like just don't plan things now. It's such a different, like scheduling wise. I guess like I'm always trying to be open if I can be. So it's hard.
Yeah, and it's on a Tuesday this year. Big party night. Woo!
When's yours? So
It's a Wednesday, I think, this year.
Tuesday night. I'll just go do a show or something like that.
Fuck yeah.
Something silly.
Yeah.
I did my birthday last year. Did some boat stuff. Oh, I went on Banana Phone. I saw your thing talking about Banana Phone, actually.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I went up, like, at midnight as I turned 31 and just got absolutely fucking destroyed by everybody. I didn't even get, the minute, which was fine. It was fun. It was great. Such a good experience. I love that room.
I'm glad you thought it was a good experience.
I love it.
Isaac is such, shame on you, Isaac. He's such a bad influence on me. He got me into Zins. Here's the second Isaac story of the night. Probably won't be the last. He told me after his episode, he was like, you know what? You're a funny guy. You should try Banana Phone. And I was like, why would you tell anyone that's thinking about doing comedy? That's the last place, in my opinion, they should go for their debut, to get fucking roasted by the audience and just destroy my self-confidence. Absolutely not.
To start, yeah, it would be tough. That's, yeah.
No, I'll go do an open mic at the Buzzmill for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That I can wrap my head around that. You could get me. You could twist my arm into doing that.
We could do it. I like it.
Banana Phone?
No, that's not fun.
Absolutely not.
Well, that's, like, it is fun. It's fun, and it's, like, it's humbling. You learn more about yourself. It's great to, like, there's just shit you don't see about yourself that other people will. And, like, that's part of getting out there. And it's part of the process, I think. It's part of being a part of the misery.
I don't like being humbled.
It's fun.
No, I'm kidding.
It's painful.
You, on the phone, I want to say, this might tie into your younger years a little bit. You try to hide your goofy side at some point. Is this true?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on this?
Yeah, I mean, it just, for some, I don't know. I grew up in, can I vape, by the way? Is that okay?
You can do whatever you want, brother.
I grew up in, like, I think it was my own perception that I put on me of this, like, funeral home, Italian family, big family or whatever. Like, I wanted to be more serious than I was capable of being. And it's no one else's pressure. I didn't know who the fuck I was. So, like, that's what I noticed people saying I was good at and tried to lean into that. And then finally I was like, I'm not going to sit in fucking board meetings. I'm not going to, like, just be normal. I'm going to be weird. I'm going to say weird stuff and do weird things. And, like, I don't know. That didn't answer the question at all. But, like,
it sort of did.
Yeah, like,
it sort of did.
It wasn't anything anyone did. It was just my own thing of, like, oh, if I'm going to be successful in my idea of success, which I didn't know what was, it was like, I'm going to be a business. I remember even talking to my dad. He's like, what do you want to be? I'm like, a businessman. He's like, what's that mean? Because you're not even a man. What does
that mean, boy?
Because you're an 18-year-old child. No, but I don't know what that means. And, like, I don't know more. I just let go of trying to be serious or whatever. Like, the easier things became. And the more I realized, like, most people aren't serious. Or the ones that try the hardest to be definitely aren't serious. And they have some pretty wild shit going on underneath the hood. It's more fun to look at.
Yeah.
So, we all got it.
How'd you end up deciding on English and becoming a pre-law major?
Well, I was born in the United States, so that's the language of choice by most of us. Sorry, that wasn't even meaning to be political either. But no, so I did a mock trial in high school, and I was just something I was okay at. Like, we had fun. Our school took it pretty seriously too. Like, we had an actual class that, like, met every day, and we went to, like, states and I think maybe nationals one of the years. So it was, like, something that if you got it in with, like, you were just good at. And I knew some attorneys, and I don't know, I just looked at law as something like, oh, that's a profession that I can do. That's my idea of, like, I don't know why that's what I thought I had to do. It was like doctor, lawyer, something else. I think I was pushing away from the funeral home stuff just because that's something that like I sort of was interested in and then wasn't, and then like sort of just wanted to find my own way just out of like spite almost. And that was like law. Like, well, no, I'm going to go do this because I can be an attorney. And then I met all these attorneys and sort of understood what that looked like in my sophomore year of college. While I was already an English major, I just was like, that's probably not the best route for me to go. So I just finished out the degree with an English major from a state school. Now I talk real good.
Yeah, you do. I do. I wonder. I'm not into astrology much at all, but I do wonder if like there definitely is like some truth to it, because you and me having our birthday so close. What was the thing we just said 10 minutes ago we had in common? Oh, we were both held back in kindergarten, and similar to you, after high school, or actually my whole life, I've always been like, I'm going against the grain. Mm-hmm. So if all the salmon are swimming downstream, in this case going to college, I'm not going to college for no other reason. It pissed my parents off. I was like, I'm just not going to go to college. So I got my personal training certificate, and I did that for like 3.5 years.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then I went to a personal training conference, and the keynote speaker had her clients were all like NFL players, musicians, actors, actresses. And that seemed like such a cool life to just train like high net worth people all day. Yeah. So I went up to her afterwards. I was like, how do I become you? And she asked me about my certifications and whatnot. And she's like, you need to go to school and get your bachelor's in kinesiology. And I was like, fuck. So I went back to school.
There you go.
And I hated the classes and then majored in accounting.
Okay. Dude, I mean, but do you feel like it helped you? Like,
oh, yeah. And so, similar to what you said, I wouldn't change anything because everything led up to me moving to Austin, starting the podcast, and tonight I'm sitting here with you, and I would not change. It's the fucking butterfly effect, you know? So if I had got that job, what if I was miserable right now working with all these people, and I'm like, man, I hate these people.
Well, and that's like, making those decisions sucked because I want to be an attorney. Because like I don't know, it was okay. Like in my head, I was like, I can do this shit. It's not hard. It's not to discredit anyone that does that, but it was like like the last job I had, it was like, you can do this stuff. It'd be cool. I'm like, dude, I wish I did. Like, I wish I wanted to. It'd be a lot more fun or fucking easy in this world. But it's not the case. So, and I always knew that, like, in every role I did before. Like, I went to the Navy for a little bit. That was something I was pretty much aware of, like, day of. I was like, oh, this is literally, like, as I was in line, I saw my parents, or I saw the track coach while we were, like, in rank or whatever, and I gave him, like, a thumbs up and just, like, a wink or like a goofy face or something, and just got obliterated by the drill sergeant. And I was like, this isn't gonna be fun at all. I'm not gonna enjoy this.
Is this you in the Navy?
Yeah.
You're the one that's not dressed like everyone else, right?
Typical me. Yeah, they didn't have the right
fucking
pant size
Leo.
or something. No. Such a Leo move. Dude, those are good people, man.
Who are they?
So it's Pedro. That's Arroyo. That was my roommate. That's Dawson. I can't recognize that guy's face. But dude, that was my roommate. He was the fucking dude, man. He was from Hell's Kitchen, New York. He was a boxer and like a man. Like he was more of a man at 18 years old than I met. Like just a fucking man. And I still keep up with him after. He's a good dude, man. Pedro, he was from Brazil. So like, this is going to sound bad because I have a friend named Pedro from Brazil. And it's going to sound like I'm just... You guys group all you all together. So this is Pedro from Brazil, though. But he was like on the sailing team, so that's like why he went to Navy, was like for sailing and shit like that. And he was super cool. They were all like some of the more interesting people I've ever met. That was weird. But yeah, you can tell I don't look super happy.
I don't know. I mean, no one's cheesing in their military picture, though. You know what I mean? You fucking feel me, dog?
His eyes are excited for it.
Yeah, the guy you forget.
He's excited for war. Why? I mean,
he's gonna be watching this and he just clicked off. He's like, "Fuck, you didn't remember me."
Well, he should be busy, honestly. Those guys should all be doing more important things than what I'm doing right now if they're in the military. Let's be honest.
Maybe they want to catch up with you. They heard Clementine went on this podcast. They like to see what Clem's up to.
Oh no, they knew too. Like the ones that we were. That's the thing. Like the boot camp, all that stuff was fun. Then once I got into like regular school, I was like, "There's no way I'm not gonna be doing this thing." I mean, what if I want to wear flip flops to school? I guess
I don't know if this will come up naturally, so I printed one more picture. Is this you? So I'll just bring it out now.
Send it.
Is this you and your brothers?
Oh, there they are. That's so funny. Told you shaved that.
Yeah.
That's me up there.
Yeah, you can definitely pull it off.
That's me.
Look at you. Look, all
That's
three of
me,
you rocking the shaved
Dante,
heads.
Joey, and Jeff. Rocking Air Forces on his wedding. That's sick.
Whose wedding was that?
My brother Jeff's. That one there.
The one in the suit.
Yeah, it's good people. Those two. So, yeah, they were like 10. I think it's 10 and 12 or 8 and 10 years older than us, or me. And, I mean, just were funny growing up.
Any of them live in Texas?
No. So, these two live in Raleigh, and then he lives back in my hometown in Greensburg. But they live in, like, Holly Springs area.
Okay. Do you guys keep in touch?
Yeah, we're close. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I will say, like, they're all avid golfers, and I don't think I'm, like, a black sheep or whatever, but I don't know, like, our interests are like music in some senses. Me and my little brother have always just been close, and me and my brother Jeff, like, I don't know, we're outdoorsy in that sense, but they're super avid golfers, and I'm just sarcastic with shit, so I think I just upset them whenever we do it, but I like golfing with them. It's fun.
Have you tried golfing?
Yeah, so like I grew up like that was just one of the many things we did, so I can hold my own out there. Like, it's fun. I enjoy it. I just, like, they're golfers.
Yeah.
Like, they know their handicap and stuff. I can't park there.
You joined when you were 18, the Navy?
Kind of. So I went to the Naval Academy prep school. So I went there for like 3 or 4 months in Newport, Rhode Island. And then I went to Kent. And then life.
And why didn't you stay in the Navy longer?
Like I said, really, it was once the normal school started, and I was like, oh, this is everyday school like this. Like, I don't really want to wear a uniform. I remember that was like the first thing. I said, what if I want to wear something, different? Which, like, now, it would just be nice to not have to think about that shit. But, yeah, I think it was that, and then I was realizing, like, it was always fighting, like, against the grain of stuff. And the longer I thought I would be there, the quicker or the easier I would just kind of be cool with staying there. And then, like, you owe them after like 2 years, you got to stay and finish it out, or you owe them a lot of money. And at some point, too, is like, dude, I'm not doing this place a service. Like, somebody else, I think, would be more eager to be in this role. And that's not exactly fair while I'm just trying to figure shit out. So,
yeah. I have one buddy who went to the Marines to figure shit out, and it's 14 years later, and he's still in the Marines. I'm just like, dude.
That can happen. And it's like, I don't, like I said, I wish I wanted that. Like, that was the first thing. I'm like, dude, this is fucking sick. I'm going to be a naval officer. And, like, the second I started, I'm like, no, I'm not going to, no, this ain't me at all. It was interesting. Always, like, little things.
When we were on the phone, I think you mentioned that you had made some comment about how your parents thought you were manic for wanting to move out. Was that when you were 18 and you left for the Navy / college, or was that a different?
No, that was before I moved to Texas.
Oh, okay.
So that was like 2 years ago.
All right, perfect. We'll get to that. What happened between finishing school and the day you decided to move? Well, maybe not the day, but when you decided to move to Texas. Give us that gap.
Okay.
What was Clem up to?
Just hanging out, just getting through life. No, man. So I was working Apple retail in college, and that was good. And I kind of was it felt like I was floating, basically. I don't know how to say that, but like, that's how I felt. That's how I think the people that were close to me knew that I felt. But from the outside, it was fine. I mean, I worked Apple retail for a bit. That was okay until it wasn't. And then I found something else that was just like that global tech, not just, it was a really fantastic company that brought me in and trained me and like did everything they could to groom me into what I think they saw my potential as. But even that, I knew, like, I'm not a briefcase, boardroom, golf course, lunch type of guy. Like, I thought I was, and I wanted to be, and there were certain, like, characters maybe that I could play that, like, allowed me to do that. But at some point, it got real just old, and, like, I knew even from the beginning, like, yeah, this isn't probably the thing for me.
Just out of curiosity, was it paying well?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, like, looking at the difference of what I made my last year there versus, like, my first year here is insane. Like, I want to do this shit. Like, there's a reason I'm here. So, yeah, none of that mattered, and I wasn't necessarily a money driven person from before, but I was aware before I made that decision, like the further along I get this route, the less of a chance I have to go back that way. And like my attitude of I can always get another shitty job or something like that, like every year is just going to get different. Not get different, but it's going to make that job shittier, I guess.
Yeah.
If that makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's super admirable because so many people that there have been a couple people on this show who left jobs where they were making pretty decent coin, but they were just miserable. But it's almost like we get stuck in this trap of like this American dream that perhaps is the American nightmare. Like you finish high school, go to college, get a job. And then that's why phrases, I don't know if you've ever heard this one, but you ever heard the phrase that most men die at 25 but aren't buried until they're 75?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and then you're just like stuck.
It's all
like this 8 to 5 job, and you might be making pretty decent coin, and maybe you can go buy a boat so you can be on Lake Travis on Memorial Day or something. But then it's like, well, I'm really sad on my boat.
Yeah, and like I got lucky. I think having those little, like, the law was one thing, right? Like I could have went to law school and went into debt and maybe figured some shit out, but I know I would have been miserable. Like I genuinely believe that. And it was just talking to attorneys and like talking to people that were that. And I'm like, I started to understand like, oh, I'm not you, and that's cool. So like, I don't know, just to move on from it. But yeah, the one saying was weird, like no man stands in the same river twice. Like it's a different river, but it's also like it's a different man. And that was a weird thing for me. Like, people live two lives. It's the first one that they're living, and the second one's the one that they realize they have one. There's another quote that was like some weird thing that happened at 30. And like I did look back and I was like, okay, so everything I've done was basically like by the book or whatever, and the whole time like everything inside me has been fighting against it. And then I just started playing with shit, like creative things, and just trying to find things outside of like work and that, and spend a lot of time in the woods and outside and with my dog, and like talking to people that weren't like traditionally what I thought maybe society or like normal, just wouldn't maybe see them as successful right now, but like they're happy and they're working on something bigger. And even like in the 2-3 years since then, like they're growing from that, and it's a real type of growth. I don't know if any of that makes sense.
I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
So yeah, man, it was a lot of like trials and keeping up with the Joneses, and like you said, the American dream, and like leaning into that and combing my hair and like wearing ties and and there's nothing wrong with that. Like if it's what you want to do, and if it's good for you, and if like it fits, I guess. But like I knew it just didn't fit, and I'm happy I like it's I don't regret it taking till 30, because like again at that time, like I stopped drinking. I think I got a lot of things in my life in order that allowed me to like do it from a sound place. So like the manic episode thing is like, yeah, maybe that was just the first time I was thinking clearly. And that's just like that, like now for real, like it's fucked up, but I'm, like no one knows what is actually going on between our ears, and nobody knows. I don't know. Like that was, it was interesting. And talking to the people I talked to during then, like I talked to one comic from New York that was just a friend of a friend's, and he's like a legitimate comic. Like I respect him as a writer, as a performer, as all that. And he just took a random call with me, and we talked for 3.5 hours about like kind of, I don't know, just what I've been feeling. And like I was on stage one time at that point.
This is when you were like 29 then?
Yeah, when I would have been 30. Yeah, I would have been on stage just like once with the intent of moving down here. And like the conversation was like, you're just a part of the club. Like you're going to figure it out. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be a bitch, but like you're there. So like just accept it and lean into it. And yeah, it was, like you said, it's admirable. Like it just feels like it was had to do. Like it's just, there's nothing else now. It's like a curse, but
or a blessing.
It is. Cause like my mom knew she wanted to be a nurse when she was in 4th grade. Or when she was 4 years old or some shit like that. Like she knew that, and that's what she does. And she is a nurse now, even though like she doesn't practice. But once a nurse, always a nurse, right, Ma? But I never had that. like I thought I wanted to be a businessman. I thought I wanted to maybe be a funeral director, maybe be a lawyer, maybe be an officer. And like, I don't know, once I understood sort of what stand-up is and what a comic is and what kind of it feels like, you know, now everything else is secondary.
That's a sick watch.
Thank you. It's broken.
What's the picture of inside it?
It's a Grateful Dead watch.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's some bears, some hands, a couple of roses.
Hey,
I'm a deadhead.
Turn it around real quick. Yeah, that's sick. At
You
first
can
I
barely
thought maybe
see
it
the
was like a
hands, though,
sunrise
yeah.
over the ocean because I only caught a sideways glimpse of it.
Oh, the rising sun.
Yeah.
Okay, I know where you stand.
Why'd you get on stage that first time? And where was that? Would you have been in Cleveland at the time?
Yeah, it was Cleveland at some random, like, maybe a Tuesday or Thursday night open mic. But I was belligerent drunk, and it was horrible. I have it on video, too, which is awesome. But it's just like 3 minutes of bad. And then, fine, like, I don't know, I just, like, I look at my joke book like I'm reading it, and it was a joke, just a silly thing, but it worked. And it, like, you could tell it was me. And you can, like, hear in the video, some guys like, oh, he's hooked. And I start dancing like an asshole. And then I, like, step down to put my joke book down. Again, I'm drunk, so like, I don't act like that on stage. You've seen me on stage. Yeah,
I have.
Yeah, so, like, I literally get a laugh, like, do some stupid dance, like, throw my joke book down. As I'm standing back up, I step on the mic, and it pulls the mic out.
Uh-oh.
And it just, like, screeches, and everybody starts booing me. So I go from, like, this,
Oh.
like, the first laugh to just getting booed off stage. And I was like, now you guys are, it was fun. It was really cool. And then I went home that night and was like, yeah, I'm going to do this the rest of my life. Figure it out. And then I just, like, life happened for 2 months. And then I moved down here. 3 months.
Why'd you come to Austin specifically?
So I was like, so at the time, like, I was writing, and this sounds so weird, but you know, that 75 Hard thing. Have you heard of that?
I have.
So I did that, and I finished it, and decided, like, the day I finished it, and it sounds corny, but I would record some videos of things. It was just like my progress, and I'm on video. I'm like, all right, man, like, you're done with this whole program thing. That's great. Like, you're in a sound mind. You feel good. Like, I think, like, I don't know, just make some decisions. Like, fuck, you want to move to Austin? We're moving to Austin. Like, we're going to figure it out. If it's 2 weeks, 2 years, like, that's the next thing that we're doing. We're going to work towards that. And that was on, like, a Tuesday. And I called my cousin the next morning and was like, hey, what would it look like 6 months, 2 years? He's like, my roommate just gave me 30 days notice. So, like, I need somebody next month if you can get down here. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I quit my job 2 days later, that Friday. Went back to my parents' place, like, 2 weeks after that, after, like, I gave my 2 weeks or whatever. Moved back there for a month just to kind of save some money and hang out with them, and then drove down here. And it was, like, literally, like, decided, like, I'm going to move there eventually. And then the next day, I just called to see what was up, and I haven't talked to my cousin in, like, 2 years. And he's like, dude, I need somebody, like, next month. So it's weird. It's a really weird thing how that happened. So yeah, it was perfect though. I got to, like, I quit my job out of nowhere. So my boss was like, what the fuck do you mean you do comedy? And I was like, I don't. So I did one night, and I think I'm gonna find it though. I'm gonna figure it out. And honestly, they're like, dude, we believe in you. They're like, let us know how it goes, and we'll see you in the green rooms. So, yeah, it's fun. It was very serendipitous. And yeah, man, like, the more of those kind of things I just leaned into, the more, like, shit just clicked and worked. And, like, I've had doors and things open up for me in the past, and but it wasn't, I don't want to say like this, but, like, this is all my own making. It's not. Like, there's been so many other people that have helped me, and things outside of people, you know, powers or whatever that are there, but everything else is something like, oh, this is what you'll be good at. You should go do this. And then it was me with, like, that expectation. This is something that, like, I came up with, and everyone told me it was stupid. And now I'm, like, it's just who I am. So, I don't know.
You like who you are?
Yeah, because, like, I kind of see who I am now. I think more, like, I'm not proud of everything I do, but I do think I have, like, a good heart, and I'm sound in a lot of senses, but I like the journey that I'm on, and I like what I'm up to, I guess. Like, good. I don't know. That's a weird question. Do you like who you are? If you say
No.
yes to, it's
Absolutely.
it's insane.
Hey, cheers to hating ourselves.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed in myself. I'm not mad at myself. I'm just disappointed.
I'm happy with the choice to come to. There are moments that I'm happy about. Like I'm happy I came to Austin. Happy I started the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think I'm a little bit older than you, and I feel like I'm having my fucking midlife crisis right now.
How old are you?
37.
I mean, but what is a midlife crisis? I guess like what's that? What is that to you?
I think it's a couple. There's a couple things. I think one is like just still being single. Part of it stems from like some of my closest friends are in their mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
And they're all like they've been in relationships and they're all like getting engaged. And it's not a comparison thing. It's more of a man, I'm 30. I'm about to be 38 years old in 40 days, and my longest relationship has been 3 months. So I think it's stuff like that. And then there's other times like where, I've been in Austin 2.5 years, and making friends like as an adult is hard. So like I do have friends here in Austin.
Dude, it's so fucking weird. I'm sorry.
But it is.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Very weird.
It's weird.
And so sometimes like I'll have these moments where I just get really lonely. And that's also part of the single thing is like, man, I wish if there's at least someone in bed right now, like that'd be sort of nice to wake up to. But then I'll feel super lonely, and so I'll just try to like keep myself moving, and so I'll go out. Like today's a good example. Like I'll go out to Barton Springs, jump in the water, did some work, went to the gym. That's when you and me were texting a little bit, and I just tell myself like just keep moving forward, and as long as I stay busy, I'm good. But then as soon as things slow down, it's sort of like it's hard to. I don't know. I feel just like stuck in some ways, which might sound sort of crazy to someone listening. They might be like, "What is he talking about? He has this podcast. He has Clem with him." I think the podcast almost makes it worse because
Well, you're also like, we're gonna give you the best sides of us. Like everything we're saying is with the filter of some other person's watching it and you. And that's just like how humans are. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's other shit that I don't know what. I've never left the apartment since I've lived in Austin without going back to get something. I forget something I realized that today. I was like, I wonder if I could count how many times. So like OCD or whatever you guys have it's sick. Literally not one time. My dog is so confused with what goes on in my head when I leave because she knows I'm going to come back like 4 times.
What'd you forget on your way here?
I forgot my rings, and I'm not. Yeah, I decided as I turned around, I was like, it's not worth it. I'm gonna go back this way. I just committed to coming here. No, I did go back to get my lotion. Yeah. But I think I got the lotion. I was like, fuck, I forgot the rings, and then I went back once. That's enough. So we all have our things basically, and being stuck is it's normal. I think. Do you feel restless or stuck?
Stuck.
Get moving then, I guess. Yeah. I mean, if you're restless, like maybe there's something about like you should be bored for a little bit. I think boredom's important in some senses.
I don't get bored that often. I do stay naturally pretty busy. Like every day there's at least 2 or 3 things to get done. Mm-hmm. And then when I do have slow days and I can just take my time, like longer gym session, work the puzzle a little bit, instead of taking Thad on a normal 30-minute walk, I'll take him out to Zilker. Mm-hmm. I'll finally pop open a book. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm an avid reader. I'm not. But on days when it is slow, I always have 4 or 5 books in rotation. I'm going to fucking make a little mocktail. Yeah. Actually power through like one of these books, and then I'll get through one book in like 3 days, and then I won't read again for like 6 months. That's the kind of quote-unquote reader that I am.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, a lot of spurts.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people feel that, like that midlife crisis thing. Especially here, Austin's a weird implant city too, where like a lot of, if I didn't have comedy, it would be so, not difficult, but like you said, making friends, making connections, and even in comedy, it's its own little world. But like, did you do sports like growing up and everything?
Soccer and basketball. Yeah.
So like that camaraderie behind like suffering or whatever with people?
Yes.
Like that, you have that in comedy where it's just like you deal with shit with people and you're vulnerable in front of people. So it's just, you get close that way, but it's definitely, different than friends outside of something, because you're competing at the end of the day too, in some sense.
It's funny you bring that up, because there have been 2 different times since I've started this podcast that I have tried to get other podcasters on the show, and my idea going into it is I'll find like 15 of them and I'll message all of them, and I'll be like, and it's it's slightly different from the message I sent you. The first part's the same, and then I'd be like, also, P.S., would you, if I threw like a podcast networking event, very casual, where we just get together like once a month at a fucking coffee shop and just hang out and just shoot the shit together. Dude, podcast, literally not one person has ever taken me up on that. It's so weird. And then I have a couple friends that are in comedy, like fucking Isaac again.
I feel like now you're saying, I feel like I have seen him or met him a few times. Yeah.
But Isaac was saying, like, it's almost the opposite in comedy. He was like, with us, like, we get together and we'll fucking write together. We hang out before shows. We hang out after shows.
Yeah.
We celebrate together. We have each other's back. When we see someone get up on stage and crush it, we're happy for them. He's like, maybe podcasters, not to generalize, but I'm going to generalize, but he's like, maybe they're fucking paranoid about, like, oh, well, what if he's just trying to get my listeners, or what if he has some sort of ill intent? And I'm just like, guys, that's just like, there are 6 billion people on this planet. There are more than enough listeners, people.
There's enough.
There's enough.
When I feel like that too, like saturated, there's no such thing as that. I mean, if you're good, you're good, in whatever like type of thing you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Figure it out. It's the fun of it.
How'd you break your back doing the 75 hard?
I don't know. What do you mean broke it?
Didn't you tell me you broke your back?
Broken spinal. No, that's a Mike Tyson quote. No, I'm pretty sure. I think I have sciatica. I think I fucked my back up when I got in a car wreck when I was young, and just like I've never had it fixed. And as I'm getting older, I separated my shoulder in college. Should have got that fixed, and now it's just like problematic. And I even saw my brother got married, and so my sister-in-law's maid of honor. She's like a PT gal, and I was like, look, not to be. While you're off the clock, but is this bad? Like, do you think this is fucked up? And she looked at it for half a second. She's like, "Is that you're just like that all the time?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's like a 3, a stage 3." And I'm like, "What, out of like 5?" And she's, "No, out of fucking 3." And I was like, "So what's that?" And I'm like, "So what do I do then?" She's just like, "If you've lived with it for like this point," and she's like, "It's a surgery. Like it's just this bump that sticks out." So, you just don't get old, people.
Well, okay, Clem. don't get old.
Drink a lot of water, stretch. Yeah, so it's no, I think I did a lot of rucking though when I was doing that 75 hard, and I think that fucked my lower back up, just like consistently, like pounding it with 45-pound sack. It'll wreck you. You know.
I fucking feel
you gotta stretch first. So. But it's decent now. Doing like the bar backing and all that stuff, it like that's crazy how much it affects you. I talk to a lot of people, just I don't know, like your body is. Someone told me that too. That your body is your
temple.
No, his body's not a temple, dude. It's a waste management program, and that thing is trying to process shit. Is all it's doing. It's it's like your job. Like if you. I don't know, like I broke my pinky toe like a month ago, and it was hard to fucking work. And I'm like, shit, dude, I got like boating, this stuff. It's weird. Broke it doing laundry, if you were gonna ask.
I was. How? You like kicked the washer? What'd you do?
No, I just it was a really big duvet. No, it was just I turned around too quick and hit a wall. Oh. It was cool.
Tall guy problems.
Dude, I did that the day I was flying out for my brother's bachelor party, like 2 hours before I was leaving for the airport. So, Yikes. Funny, I go to the airport, and I'm like, hey, you guys will help me out, right? And they're like, yeah, of course, we can give you priority boarding, but if you want to sit in an exit row, you can't do priority boarding, and there's not a lot of people on the flight. So I'm like, cool, I'll just do regular. And I get on, and I get to the exit row, and it's open, and I go to sit down. The guy looks at me, and he goes, you can't. Your foot. And I was like, what? And I was like, are you serious? And I couldn't go back to first class, so I got fucked. And then he's like, we need somebody that's willing and able, and we make we make eye contact, and I was like, "You want me here?" And like we all like just knew the rest of the row was like two sleeping overweight people, and then somebody else was already drunk, and I was like, "They're not gonna help out." Like
You're like, I'm the
they're
least.
a broken foot. I'll be fine. I'm so able, so able. I was like, "You want me here?" And he goes, "I know I do, but we can't. But that was a fun flight, I guess.
Outside of your cousin, did you know anyone in Austin when you moved here?
No, I did not. No, so it's not just like my cousin either. It's like not half my family, but a lot of my family members are here. So I have like 6 or 7 cousins down here. Yeah, so it's been nice, but no, and I've been able to meet a lot of people. Like, I mean, the first week, or was it the second week I was here? Things like timing. I don't know. I just like we went to the mothership when I was here. Like my cousin had like extra tickets, or his friends did, so we went with them, and it was like Shane Gillis, Duncan Trussell came out, and he's one of my favorites. I like cried, and it was just like such a cool thing. I'm like, this is part of like why I'm here. And then we went and hung out with some just people at a bar at like Shakespeare's, and like I met a few of the guys that work there that were comics, and like we all went back to my place. There's like 15 of us, and just like had a party. And I was like, this is like a cool start to it. So I got to meet like 2 people there, and then the next night we went out and they took me to some mics, and I got to like just like that's how I got into it. And then I worked at Shakespeare's for a while, and then I work at Vulcan now. So it's just like trying to be around it. That was the goal moving down here, was like, candidly, like I didn't know if I'd be good at it. Like I did one mic in Cleveland and fucking wrote. Like that's not a reason, but I don't know. I figured if I just be around the best people and see if you can do it. You know, like I'm competitive and that, so I don't know. It'd be silly for me to start anywhere else in my head. I guess that wasn't even where the question was going. But no, I didn't. It was just go to where the best comics are and try and fucking figure it out was all I wanted to do. Didn't matter.
I wish more people would do that. I feel like we'd all be happier if more people would just do what they wanted to do and fucking figured it out. Just dive right in.
I didn't know. Like I knew things were wrong. I don't think I played with enough or allowed myself to like try things. Like really try things, I guess. I don't know. Like being on stage was never something I thought of outside of like musician. I always thought of like being in front of people and having a crowd and like being able to feel that interaction with them. Like I yearned for it, but I didn't know how. And like I don't play music. I play like guitar a little bit, but like I never grew up doing that shit. It's weird.
You like being on stage and being in front of people?
Yeah, it's my favorite thing in the world.
Why?
I don't know.
What is this doing for you, Clem?
It's like I don't know. Shit, just like it feels different. Like it just feels better up there. It's weird. It's like the scariest and most humbling and pretty thing. You just like I don't know. You just know. Like there's nothing else like it.
Yeah.
And it is like the act of making things okay. Like I think it's just the fucking coolest thing when you see someone that like either doesn't like you or they don't like the situation or they don't like their life or whatever, and then all of a sudden they're smiling and laughing. Like that's just, it's magic and it's cool and that's corny, but like the world is just a bitch out there sometimes. So it's fun to be able to pull it apart and try and find good in it and something neat or weird or goofy or silly, and then drawing attention to it. I don't know. It's cool.
It is.
Yeah. It's just, but like the actual act of being on stage, man, it's just fun. Like when you click and like you're connecting and like, I don't know if it's like flowing or whatever, but it's definitely something more recent for me now being like 16 months into it. Like I'm not just reciting jokes now. Like I'm feeling the audience a little bit more and I'm able to like wait. Like that show I did, I've never done that like silence thing at the beginning. Like that was so weird, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I've never done this. This is going to be uncomfortable. Try it. Just see how long you can do it. And I hated it. And it was so fucking big. But like my buddies were like, dude, that was so cool. I'm like, no, it wasn't. The audience didn't understand it. And then I went into a fast joke after it makes no sense. And they're like, yeah, but like the fact that so like there's always things you pick up in it. And I don't know, man. It's just, it's humbling. And I think it's like you're finding out more yourself every time you do it too. Like when you're writing like I write about myself and my experiences and the way I look at things. So like I'm learning more of the way or of how my brain works as I'm like becoming more comfortable saying or writing the things that I think. And it's good and bad. I don't know. I've talked to some comics that are like, I think it sucks because like you just find out you're a shitty person. But like other time, I don't know. There's beauty in that too. You know?
Why'd you fire? Why'd you and I want to say his name was Tyler that started up the Graveyard podcast together?
Yeah. That just kind of fizzled out. So he, I don't know how much he's doing stand up now, but when we worked together at Shakespeare's, we were around each other a lot, like doing that. And then he got a job somewhere else. Life just kind of happened, and it sort of just like fizzled away. But weirdly enough, he lives in the apartment complex that I just moved into. So I saw him, and he's even like, we should maybe like get that podcast started again. And
it's only been a year and a half since the last episode.
No one knows. I don't think anyone's waiting on edge of their seats for that. But
I'm waiting now that I listened to all 5 episodes.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Some of them were, and like there is a thing like him and I riff really well together. Like we have a funny cadence, and like you know that with people. And like when you're, I don't know, a friend of mine told me like when you're doing comedy or when you're finding your voice, like take the 5 people that you make laugh the hardest, and that's sort of what you want to try and portray on stage. And it's not like I do that intentionally, but I notice it now where like, oh, I talk to my mom a certain way, and that's like I'm mirroring that on stage for some of these like, you know, not older women, just women. No, just people. But like it's interesting. It's funny.
I met one of my buddy's moms for the first time a couple months ago, and it is insane how much they talk alike.
Oh, that's cool too.
I felt like I was talking to him, which doesn't make any sense because obviously she came first. This isn't a chicken or the egg scenario, right? Like, so it's funny because I was like, oh, you sound just like Austin. And then in my head, I was like, well, no, Austin actually sounds just like you. But it was almost like uncomfortable how similar their cadences and words they emphasize and when they speed up and slow down. And I was just like, I'm talking to a female version of Austin 30 years older. It was wild.
Yeah. I see that in like, I feel like I talk like my dad a lot now. And just like mannerisms that he has and things like that my friends will call out as funny. I'm like, that's my fucking, that's how my dad says, like, no. Stupid stuff. Silly.
Did you guys want the Graveyard podcast to go anywhere, or was it just sort of a let's do this thing and see what happens?
I mean, I think when we started it, it was like the same. I'm not sure what your attitude was when you started, but like just do X amount. We picked like 20 or something, and just do this many episodes. Like we'll figure out what it is. I think the intent of it was around like either jokes that like or take like that just don't work, so they're going to the grave. And then I don't know, it got to like, well, let's just meet with industry people, like people that are out there at night, whether they're like door guys or bar backs or strippers or security, like whatever. There's a certain like crowd of that like work comics are around a lot of, and there's a lot of overlap and entertaining stories I think that come from it, but it's kind of died on the vine, like a lot of things do.
Died on the vine. Yep. I don't know if you've ever heard this statistic, but I don't know how true it is, but that I heard that of all podcasts, 90% of them make it to episode 3. 90%, podcasts start, they get to episode 3, 90% drop off. That's what I meant to say. And then of that small 10% that's left, another 90% drop off by episode 20. Like, Jesus Christ. I believe it, especially now because I know a couple other podcasts in Austin where we all started up within like 6 months of each other, and all of them are dead. And it actually makes me sort of sad. I'm like, man, they one went for like a month. It was very short. Yeah. One got to episode like 60 or 70. 2 of them I actually don't know how far they got. I just know they don't record anymore. But it's very interesting to me because I love it. Like, I think it's so much fun.
You definitely enjoy it. Like, you have a passion behind it for sure. And it's, I mean, you like talking. It's interesting too. It doesn't surprise me just because, it falls off. I mean, it's like anything else. People get busy.
and it's not making you money very quick. So if you don't, and feel like most people, especially in Austin, are busy. So it's if you're not seeing a return on something, it's pretty easy to be like, all right, I got these four things going on. Which one am I going to cut out? The podcast. All right, done.
Yeah.
Bye, deuces.
Yeah, that's. Hey, well, you're on 100 and what now?
I think 122 came out last week.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Wait, will I be 1, 2, 3?
No, you'll be like 130.
Oh,
I keep a couple in the bank.
Planning it. Keep. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart planning.
I'm a smart guy.
Take notes.
I'm not smart. I'm a little retarded, Clem.
Hey, we all are, man. It's the fun of that. That's why we're down here. That's why we're doing this.
Here's a question I heard on a different podcast. I don't know which one. I jotted it down sometime between when we had our talk on the phone and tonight. What is it's like a 5-part question, so I apologize in advance. What's your dream goal for comedy? Like if you could
Walk into any fucking club and be led on the stage. No, I don't know.
Hey, that could be it. That's cool.
No, so like, yeah, kind of. Like that's a lofty goal, but yeah, just undeniably funny. Like if I'm in, like, do you want a spot? That's, I don't know. Like I'm not a money-driven person or it'd be fun to do an arena, I'm sure, and all that stuff, but goals are hard. I just want to be funnier every day.
Sorry. One of my it's not the one I want. Here it is. One of these lights died on us, so I'm just going to fucking switch up some of these other ones real quick, and now it looks good again. That strip just died. What you doing to what do you do to my fucking strip, Clem?
I've been unplugging shit. I have to charge my printers. Printing flyers. All
right, so be undeniably funny.
Yeah, that's the goal, I think, for any maybe comic or.
How determined are you to make this happen?
I don't have a choice. Yeah, it's just. Yeah. No, I mean that's like it. It is gonna happen, I guess. Like that's it. I don't know. To me, it's the rest of my life. So like it's hard to put goals on it exactly or things like that. Like I'm just gonna be funny and try and be funny, be funnier, more funny.
You gave a very resolute answer, so now I feel bad for asking this last part of the question.
Do it.
However, what would you do if it doesn't happen? Like, what if 5 years from now, I don't know what the timeline is, but what if it's like 3 years from now, 7 years from now, and like financially you're still at the relatively same space, you haven't really made like the kind of strides that you would have liked to seen? What would you do then?
Still do the same shit, I guess. If I'm allowed to do 10 minutes, I'll be doing 10 minutes of different stuff. Talking about how frustrated I am that I've not made it. I don't know. Yeah. It's like, part of me is like the humbling side of it is like I realize how insane the goals are that I think maybe I have or whatever, or not even insane, but like you have to have that sort of attitude, maybe a little bit, where like I know it's hard work the rest of my life. That's why I want to do it. It's what I like need to do, and like maybe that's enough because it's just the feeling of being on stage, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's that, and if it's a small room, if it's a big room, it doesn't really matter as much when you're up there. But if it doesn't happen,
new lawyer.
no, I'll probably sell my body.
You were a model for a little bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of, a little bit. I'm trying to think. I don't know what I would do. Like, my brain doesn't work like that. I've never had a...
Well, I wasn't asking that as a fallback. It was more, it just came back that, I don't know if I saw it on your Instagram or on the phone call, but somewhere you had mentioned you did some modeling. When was...
Oh, yeah, that's fun, too.
When was that?
When I've been in Austin. I've done a few, like, random shoots.
That's recently.
I did one when I moved down here for Allen's Boots and Howdy THC Seltzer, which was a lot of fun. So it was cool. That was a neat day. It was like 2 days, and then I just did one for the Tommy Hilton downtown. So like they're just like a younger traveling individual shoot. So nice. It was fun. It's cool. It's something I'd like to do more of. I don't know how to like get into it or what the industry necessarily looks like, and I mean, the money's just like random, but the times I've done it, it's been a lot of fun, and I get to go cool places, maybe shit like that. I don't think I'd be great at acting. It's not my scene, but yeah, the modeling was cool.
I don't think so. I don't think I could do the acting thing either. Some of my friends are in a band they're a decent sized band in the sense that they actually are making a living off of it currently. So this is the only thing that they're focused on. Every now and then they might do a random like AV gig, audio video gig, just to bring in like $500 extra for whatever. But they are this is their sole gig. And about 2 weeks ago, one of them asked me if I'd be in their next music video, and I said absolutely not.
Why not?
Because I just don't want to. I see them as my homies. And in thinking back to like drama class in high school, if I show up at this thing and let's say I'm not like doing whatever it is they want me to be doing right, and one of the two of them is like, can't you just have this look on your face?
Some direction.
Or can't you just, and it's not a pride thing, like, oh, I can't take direction from my friends. It's more of like, these are just my friends.
Yeah, I know what
And
you
so
mean. Yeah.
I don't want to be in this weird dynamic where they're like, David, why can't you just make this face we want you to make?
Yeah,
I'm like, I
yeah.
did. I literally made the fucking face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was you, like someone else I didn't know as well, like if you hit me up and you're like, oh, I'm in a band and you want to be in my music video,
Yeah, it is.
I'd be like, fuck, yeah, I don't care if
Why
Clem
not?
fucking gives me
Yeah.
some direction, bosses me around a little bit. Not to say we're not friends or we won't become friends, but we don't know each other as well as these two dudes.
No,
So,
I
like,
know. Yeah.
You know,
It's a weirder dynamic for sure when you get close with it. But no, I mean,
it's like a don't shit where you eat,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
that, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And they didn't want to pay me. That's the real reason. Just
Oh no, I mean for that, yeah, you gotta get paid, baby. Yeah.
yeah, give me a few bucks or a blowjob or something.
Something nice.
Something.
What kind of music video it is, but yeah, man, it's the modeling. It was just hit or miss, like, and like it's still something I would do or play around with, but I think like the reality is just figure out how to survive and do comedy until I just do comedy.
Fuck yeah.
It's kind of that's it. And I trust myself on that too. It sounds weird, but like I moved down here with the intent of getting around good people and just being in the scene, and like I know I've been able to do that a little bit, and it's a really welcoming scene too. I think if you try and like you're just somewhat an okay person, you know.
You seem
People.
like an okay person.
I hope so.
I like you.
Got
I
some,
get
you
good
know,
vibes from you.
Fun, a little balance, I think.
I feel like I need to get taller chairs. I can't tell if your legs are comfortable or not.
Dude,
as you've been sitting here.
like sitting still is fucking crazy for me. This is crazy for me.
Really?
Not crazy, but yes and no. Like I remember the first like meeting I went to with my job at the tech company, and we met with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we did all of their APs and their Wi-Fi for the entire stadium. Like that was us. We were like their consultants basically. And I remember they're like, you're gonna go as like a tag along this meeting with the C-level people up in like the president's board, where it's like it was the year after the championships, so they had like the center of the basketball floor from the championship game they played, like as the boardroom table that was in the center. And like we walk in, everyone's like super excited and stuff, and I'm like falling asleep in the back corner within 5 minutes into it. And I'm like, well, dude, why can't I just pay attention? Like I can't do this. And like that was enough that was the first week, and I stayed. But I knew that even then, like, dude, if this doesn't get me excited, this isn't the right place for me. Like they're bringing me here because this is like the cool shit that we do, and it is cool. Like it's objectively cool, but I'd rather be in some dingy dark bar talking about dick jokes.
Standing in silence and seeing how long the crowd could take
That was wild too. I can't, like, that was your first experience, which sucks too. So not sucks, but like the next day I went and had a show at Vulcan Saturday night, and like completely, the feeling I had was different. Like I just felt weird on stage there, and like there's some like disconnect thing that happens that I can't put my finger on it. Like that's part of this like process is just figuring out what works a little better. Like I'm more comfortable at Vulcan.
Don't take this the wrong way. Was the disconnect you?
How do you mean? Like
in
yes.
the sense, like, were you off that
Yeah,
night?
I
Like
coulda-
you had a bad day, or like where, if you had to guess what the disconnect was that night, what was it?
So like that opening, okay, so like I took off my Vulcan shirt that would have maybe made more sense as to like, hey, I'm on my break from work. So like in my head, as I said that, like, what I got up and was like, oh, I'm on my 15. I'm just going to take my sweet old time. You guys don't understand that I'm on my 15 from the bar that's 2, blocks down.
Right.
So like explain that more. And I already knew I didn't do that once I said it. And then as I'm like sitting in that silence, I'm like, okay, so what am I going to, I know the first joke I'm going to do, but why did I try and do this silent thing? Because it's a quick punchline. Like the first, it's like 7 seconds into the joke. So I go from like silence, awkward tension to like a super fast joke that you guys aren't even aware. Like it just doesn't make the punchline hit as hard as if I just went up and started that joke like I kind of normally do. Mm-hmm. So right off the bat, it was weird. And then halfway through, I kind of felt like there was some connection. And then afterwards, yeah, it was just its own thing. But it's like every night's different. Like the next day I went and did pretty much the same set and had a fucking blast. And it was just like a different connection with the audience. So I was also working too. Like
that's a little bit of pressure when you have to like, for example, like you get in here when you did, it was actually sort of nice. Like I was saying, like 30 minutes ago or whatever, I got to just hang out with the dog for a little bit. So it was just, I was so relaxed when you got here. Whereas you were like, all right, I got to leave work by this time. Hopefully people can cover. I got to run over there. I got to do my set super quick. And then I got to run back. Yeah. So I could see that also fucking with you a little bit.
Yeah. And it's like not, like it's fun to go to a show where you're there at the beginning. You could stay the whole time. You see the audience's interaction with each comic as they go up, so you understand like, okay, crowd work's been done on this side. They've already covered this. Maybe I don't want to do this joke, or like who's playing, or who's what they're willing to have, as from the audience.
Yeah.
So just it helps cater it a little bit. But at the end of the day, like if you're undeniably funny, none of that shit matters.
Yeah.
So that's the goal. Like that's what you want to seek for. And like you just do the little things that work around it. But I overthink shit like crazy. So like I don't know. I mean, immediately like after that set there was 15 things I knew I did wrong. And there's a couple things that I liked that I did. Like the silence thing, I liked that I challenged myself to do that. And listening back to it, like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. There was little things maybe I'll try and change and do it later, but it's just part of the process, man.
You've been overthinking anything since you've been here?
Not as much, because like that whole thing of I'm doing this shit the rest of my life, that's a very calming thing for me. Like now that I know that, whatever I say on here is just me as a comic at this point. In 2 months, if I look back, I'm like, I can't believe I said that shit. That's cool. I've grown. Like that's really it. So no, I don't overthink things in this context. I overthink things as when I'm on stage, that's where my thought is.
Yeah. Did you leave or were you still there when I think it was Jamal and there's the angry.
Yeah, Jamal's great. Yeah.
Did you see the angry girl in the red dress?
No, what happened? Did she leave?
So he did his bit and he was the last one. So they let him go for like 25 minutes or so. And so at one point he had finished his set. And he was like, I'm just going to talk to you guys for a couple of minutes. And so he got off the stage and he walked up to one couple and he was like, what are you guys doing? And so he's doing a little crowd work. And so there's this one lady sitting by herself and she's in this like really nice red dress. Like she got dressed up for a night out, right? She's looking great, very pretty. He walks over to her and he's like, how about you, ma'am? What are you doing tonight? And she says, I don't know. I guess I'm just waiting for you to actually say something funny. And I'm just like, dude, like, why would you're like, people do this on TikTok, right? Because they're behind their screen. But to like go to a public place and just basically say like, fuck you, when a lot of us were laughing through most of his set.
Yeah.
And so she says that and he says, well, why don't you get up on stage and show us your butthole? That'd be sort of funny. And she goes, you think that's funny? And as he turns around to walk to whoever he was going to go to next, he's like, yeah, I think that'd be pretty funny. And then she stands up and like slams her purse down on the chair. And she's like, I'm talking to you. Do you think that's funny? And he was just like, and he sort of just moved on to the next set of people. So then she grabs her purse and she walks out of the room. And I'm like, here's the thing. If you go to a comedy show, at least for me, I almost have to tell myself, like, I'm not going to get offended by anything because you're at a fucking comedy show.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a gay dude and one of Jamal's jokes, he started yelling like faggots, and the first time he did it, I cringed a teeny bit, but I'm like, it's whatever. And that term's never really bothered me, and most people who use it in a joking way because they know I'm gay, and so like my buddies say it around me all the time, and it's fucking hilarious. But for her, I'm like, why are you gonna get upset? Why'd you come to a comedy show to chew out the comic? This makes no sense to me.
I mean, yeah, that's like, it's tough because it ranges. Like I've seen, since I've been in Austin, like Mike's shows, things like that, where like people have never been to a comedy show before. Like that's their first exposure. They don't know, like,
to be nice,
the decor. For real, no, like they don't know the decorum, or like they think it's interactive and they'll talk. But yeah, that lady just, I mean, was she by herself too?
She was.
Yeah, so that's an interesting night. She's got some stuff going on. Probably if you're walking around 36 on a Friday night by yourself. But for the most part, yeah, if you're going to a show, like I do agree with that it should be not like, no, if it's funny, cool. That's it. Like that's the only, I think, thing. Like you can't make something that is just upsetting funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once it's funny, it's not just upsetting anymore. It's now funny.
Right.
So like, I agree with that. I've also probably been to some open mics where I'm like, dude, you can't say that shit. Like that's not even a punchline.
There's a few things. Yeah. There have been a few things, sure, where I'm like, that was, you sort of crossed the line a little bit there.
But I mean, I can't, like, I've done that, I'm sure, where it's like either unintentional or I'm trying to go out on a limb and do something. But yeah, it's different. Like an open mic, you're working things out. That's the intent. Like when I would host these mics, sometimes I would do that where like, to the audience, I'm like, thank you guys for letting us work shit out. Like, you're not going to hear the best material tonight. You're going to hear stuff that maybe in 10 years might be the best, but, like, it doesn't get there without going through this shit first. It's going to sound racist, homophobic, terrible. Like, you're going to be mad. It's cool. Just, like, let us work our stuff out with, I don't know, you can just tell when people have good intent, and they're not going up there to be hateful. It's not hate speech. It's, like, uncovering something that is maybe touchy or some shit that you don't want to think about. That's fine. It's our job.
Yeah.
You can walk out if you don't want to hear about it. But as long as we're trying, I think it's cool. Lady in the red dress, though, was she in flip flops? It seems like a flip flop look.
I don't know if I looked at her feet. She stormed out of there.
Yeah, she's flopping around. Yeah, I mean, that's something that, like, also you're signing up for that type of interaction when you engage. Like, Jamal knows what he's doing when he's, Jamal knows what he's doing when he's, engaging with the crowd like that. Like you're taking opening up the crowd work. Yeah, like it kind of, they can do that a little bit. Yeah, but they're, just people like at shows where they paid money to go and they're heckling the whole time. I'm like, that makes no sense to me. Like, whether, maybe you just went with your boyfriend or something. There's one specific instance where the dude stayed and he was like, she can go. That's fine. And like, we're with this guy. Like, get him a drink. That's awesome.
That is, I haven't seen that yet. Been to quite a few comedy shows since I've been in Austin, and I have not seen that one yet.
Oh, it was at the Mothership. It was fantastic. It was great. It was Tony Hinchcliffe.
Did you ever perform at the Show Pony when Joel was hosting at the inside the Jackalope?
No, I need to get over there because they do it somewhere else. Or is it still the Jackalope?
They moved it like a month ago, I think.
Yeah. I got to check that out, though. But no, I've not.
There is one time where the comic was doing a little crowd work, and I wish I could remember in this moment what his question was. But he looked at me and he asked me a question. He's like, what are you known for or something? And I was like, well, if you ask my college buddies, whenever I got really drunk, I would start headbutting people.
Nice.
It's a true story. I was like, I was the GOAT before Tom Brady even existed.
There
and
you go.
Dude, it was, usually I hate it when I get like called, like when a comic says something to me, so I'll try to like sit in the back in the dark and just sort of be invisible so I can just enjoy the show.
Yeah.
But however I responded to him, every comic that night then did a bit about headbutts, and it was one of the funniest shows of my life.
Yeah.
Probably because it was about me a little bit. I was like, this is fucking hilarious. But that was a fun night. The only thing with the Show Pony is it's hit or miss, because I do think that it draws such a small crowd that a lot of comics are testing out new material. Mm-hmm. So some weeks they were fucking on fire and we would be in tears laughing, and other weeks we'd just be like, it's free, we're not going to complain, but they did all fall flat tonight.
Yeah. And that, dude, it happens. And I mean, as you're saying, like with the headbutting thing, that's a lot of what we're trying to do. Like, we're trying to make a connection with the audience, and like that makes you feel heard. Like you're with us now, instead of it's you. Like, we never want it to be like, you versus us on stage.
Right.
It's find something that we all can kind of understand. Or yeah, dude, that's cool. That's comedy's fun, man. It's interesting.
Comedy is fun. Dude, I think comedy is, and this might sound corny. You said something earlier, I forget what it was, and you're like, that probably sounds corny. This might sound corny. I think comedy is needed because I love laughing. Like, it's hard to be upset when you're laughing. So you can be, it's why I went last Friday. It was half to support you, and it was half because I was in a shitty mood. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of the shitty mood. What am I going to do? I'm going to go watch some goddamn comedy.
Dude, and that, I mean, that was part of like, as I just, once I started to understand comedy a little bit more, it was like listening to podcasts of comics and like watching movies or just like different things and understanding kind of what a comic was and what their role in society could be. And then, yeah, man, like the English, I'm happy I went as an English major because I had to take like critical theory classes and Shakespeare and like understanding the original tragedies and like those tropes and how they play into like what I do now in my everyday life or like, I don't know, it's cool, man. There's a lot of shit that is like neat. There's a reason it's been around for fucking forever. Like it's not a joke. But no, dude, I don't know. There's one what's his name? John Mulaney. Not John Mulaney. What's a British John Mulaney? What's his name? He was just on Kill Tony too. Jimmy Carr.
There it is.
Jimmy Carr. Like our vocal cords, the sound of laughter was like designed before the sound of like what would allow us to communicate. So like it was important before we could talk. It lets things know you're okay. Like that sound is like, I'm cool. You don't laugh when you're dying. You don't laugh when you're scared. Like you can, but like even that's like your body's just like, dude, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fucking fine. It's okay. Yeah, like it's so like. I don't know, man, like the more I understood that, like, yeah, comedy theory or whatever, but like there's a reason it just struck some chord with me like deeper than just a dick joke.
Yeah.
And like maybe, I don't know. It's weird. It's important. It's important. It does good things to people.
It does do good things to people. Laughing is nice. I enjoy it.
It's fun, man. And it's miserable and challenging and restless and unforgiving and all that fun stuff.
That's the best stuff, though.
It does feel real.
Doing accounting before I moved to Texas, being up in front of a fucking Excel spreadsheet until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Similar to you, it paid decently, but man, I was sad. I was sad, David. I'm only marginally more happy now, but I am more happy.
Well, and I think like the loneliness thing, I don't know, that's big too. Like it's hard. This is a big implant city. So like I met a lot of people as I was going through those things in Cleveland that I'm still close with. And even friends I've had for forever that I all of a sudden just got really close with in that time are now like, I don't know, we just have a better relationship now because of that. Like, I don't know, you go places where other people are taking care of themselves or they're in the same kind of headspace. Like there was just a lot of random, I got to surf Lake Erie in like November in Cleveland because like during like swells it'll like actually get to like 4 or 5 foot waves. So one winter I was like, man, this would be cool to surf out there, and I was working out there in the morning and I met some dude from like some country in the UK and he was like, yeah, I'll see you, come at 2, like I'll have a board and a wetsuit for you. And I was like, okay, like a joke. And I came back at 2 and like just a board and a wetsuit in his truck, and he like told me where he'd park the truck. And that was, I don't know, this is a weird thing, but like I was able to do that from just being out there in the mornings, like taking care of myself and being around, not the right people, I guess, just doing the right shit. And then other things like opened up. So don't be afraid to try new things, I guess. Like play with stuff.
Fuck yeah.
It's just important. Break shit too.
Yeah, break like your pinky toe right before you go on a 2-hour flight. Or 2 hours before you
like,
go on a flight. Excuse me.
So that boot, like I wore it on the flight and I wore it on the flight back, and I got to meet, you know, Louis J. Gomez?
Probably.
He's
comic?
Yeah, so he does like Skankfest and the Depraved show, and he's it was cool to see him at the airport, and we talked and we were on the same flight, and I ended up like just meeting a friend from that. And like it's little shit like that. Like, yeah, I broke my toe, it sucked, I couldn't golf, but I got to meet like an idol of mine and hang out with him. He put me on a show that night and I had a lot of fun. So like that was
Fuck
sick,
yeah.
dude. Like I got to like little things like that. You know, you're in the right place doing the right things. Just gotta trust them.
Are you happy?
Happy is a weird question. I trust myself.
You put it on your Instagram a lot.
Oh, that happy shit?
Monday.
Yeah, fuck that.
Happy
That's
Tuesday.
Sarcastic. You should look deeper into those pictures.
You
There's a lot
put
of
Happy
meaning.
Friday when it's Thursday, and I'm like, fuck this guy. Got me all
You're,
excited for nothing.
My mom will text. She'll be like, "How tired are you, sweetie?"
You're like
God,
this
it's Tuesday.
bozo.
No, man. I used to want to like be happy, like that was the thing, and now it's just like, if like flow is so stupid, but like that's it. Like happy's not possible, but like being able to react and flow and deal with the life, like that's it. That's all you really want to do. That's like the only thing I can think of as an actual goal, because then shit doesn't matter. Like I know what I'm doing. I just gotta survive. Super vague.
Super vague.
But like, I don't know. That's seeking like happiness is a myth. I think too. If it was just that, it'd be boring. You know, like
Yeah.
you need balance, and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's good to be sad every now and then.
Yeah, dude.
When you're watching Pixar movies.
Fucking bawling my eyes out. Yeah, but I am happy though. Like I guess it's just not the happy I thought it was. Like it's not blinding every day. Like dude, I wake up fucking miserable all the times. I wake up and financially I'm in a totally different world than I've ever been in. Like not having a 9-to-5, not having health insurance, having to like figure out my own routine, and like I don't know, like idle hands are the devil's workshop in my life. So I need to have shit going on. Just I know it was miserable before. I know that. It was
Yep.
interesting.
You have very white teeth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Smoke a lot to try and keep them that way.
There you go. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to end this thing with?
That I mean, like I still have to figure out how to talk through that whole thing at 30, but for people listening or whatever, just go try shit, play around. It's very important, and don't be afraid to do that. It's scary. It's supposed to be, but that's it, man. I don't know, and it's not like people didn't tell me to do that before or whatever. Something just didn't click in my brain. That was like, oh, you can do this. Like you don't like the gray weather. You can move somewhere warm. It happens to be a place where comedy is. That's nice. So,
Rather take the heat than the cold. Met some people that live in states where they're like shoveling their driveway before they leave, and I'm just like,
that was me every day. Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
My dad will tell you that it was him and the plow, but I was salting after, and that. But yeah, man, we'd shovel, salt, and then mulch in the summer. It was fun. My dad was cool, man. Yeah, he is cool. But I'm thinking like my childhood was just such an interesting thing. Like we all, like my friends were all close with him, just like how he was. He's a good dude. Good dude. And he gets it. Like they support this as much as they can without understanding it at all. Well, they get it now, but I don't know.
Have they seen you perform?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've like twice now. Yeah, so I did a show June. They came last year. They came here to Texas.
Okay.
And I like got on a show from like doing a mic and doing well. So it was all very like, oh, this is cool. Like I did good this week, and then I got put on the show next month. My parents happened to be in town.
Fuck yeah.
That was awesome. That went well. And then when I went back to Pittsburgh over the holidays, I did a show in Pittsburgh for them, and not for them, but like in Pittsburgh, and they came, and like 20 of my like friends, just shit from like around that area, which was cool.
Yeah.
It was nice. Yeah, that was cool.
That is cool. My mom, when I went back home the first time after moving to Austin and starting the podcast, I asked her, and my younger sister, for context, still lives with her. And so I asked her, I was like, I know you're not going to listen to every episode, but have you checked out the podcast? And she was like, well, guess what? I got a surprise answer for you. I was like, all right, let's hear it. And she says, I listened to every episode start to finish.
Yep.
And my sister just gives her this look, and because she listens every now and then.
Yeah.
And so she knows that most of the episodes are anywhere from like 90 minutes up to 4 fucking hours.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
since they live together and they're around each other a lot, they sort of know what each other are consuming in terms of like TV, or they just know what each other are up to.
Yeah.
And so my sister sort of raises an eyebrow and she's like, no, you fucking haven't. And my mom was like, don't say that. Don't disrespect me. I have watched every episode start to finish. And my sister was like, when are you watching these?
you have
I
the
know
time.
you don't watch at work.
Yeah.
I know you're not watching while you're gardening. I've literally never heard you have it on. When are you watching these? And my mom was like, well, they're not that long. They're just like 90 seconds to 3 minutes.
She's watching her clips. That's
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then the light bulb moment immediately went off. And we were like, oh. And so my sister, God bless older people, or just my mom. We'll just say my mom. But my sister was like, you know, that is not the full episode, right? And she's
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about? And she's like, they're
They're-
like an
yeah.
hour and a half to 2 hours. And my mom was like, wait, what's a podcast again?
You're on TV? I didn't know you were in movies. That's incredible. Yeah.
When I leave, I turn the podcast on for my dog because I have this theory that hearing my voice calms him when I'm gone.
Oh, yeah. No.
And so one time the maintenance guy came in to work on something, and then the next time he saw me, he was like, I was really tripping out for a minute because I saw you on the TV, and then I looked at the studio space. I was like, whoa, he's not in here.
It's a ghost. Just brought it. That's funny. That's
So I don't
funny.
think he knows what podcasts are either.
Well, no, I think like it's a good outlet to get information out, and like for I don't know, people to talk. Like it's important. It's yeah. Kudos to you though for keeping up with this, because it's
Thanks,
not
dude.
yeah, and it is funny. I don't know, like, so your mom supports you on that side.
Oh, well, so here's the end of the story. So then that was the first time I went home. The second time I went home, it randomly came up because I was never going to ask her again. I don't care if she listens or not. And frankly, I don't think she should, because like on this episode, we've kept it pretty PC, but there have definitely been some stories told where I'm just like, God, if my mom tunes into
I
one
have kept it
episode,
pretty, yeah.
please don't tune into this one. Not yours, but like those ones.
There's nothing crazy we talked about. Yeah.
But she told me, she was like, I think she just worded it like, if you die before me, just know I will be your biggest fan and I will watch every episode to remember you. And I was like, well, that is sort of sweet, but also
That's how art works.
why am I dying before you? Like,
Artists are
you're
never appreciated.
64, I'm 37. You are going to die first.
Yeah, what does she know about you? Yeah. What she knows something.
Yeah, I think she didn't know. It's probably the skydiving. I've been 7 times, and she probably thinks if he goes
for
an
real?
8th, he will die.
Hell yeah. That's cool. That's it.
What were you going to say, though? I sort of cut you off when I said the mom, when I
Oh
went.
no, it's just you met like so my parents like they've seen me perform and like they're supportive of it. It's cool hearing them like talk. So like that silence thing I did,
Mhm.
like I talked to my mom the next day and I was like, yeah, it didn't go well. I was like, I don't know what I thought I was doing. And she was, well, you know, Carlin one time on the Tonight Show, he went on there and he just was silent for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And she's like, and even at home, I remember sitting there like this is weird. And then it's awkward. And then she's like, and I'm laughing. And by the end of it, me and your aunt are just like rolling on the floor. And he's just making eye contact and weird facial expressions. And I was like, I didn't do shit. Like I was just silent. Just, but like she gets it. So like she's very, I don't know, she's very thoughtful. And then like my dad, he's just a hard worker and he cares about, I think, like the right things. He has a lot of the right values. So does my mom. And like they see me, I think, yearning for that in comedy. I don't know where this is going with that, but it's cool. Like they listen to comedy podcasts now. They listen to other comics or people that I recommend, or like my dad will call me, Nate Bergatz, he's got this joke, man. So he's clean too. He's clean, 100% clean. I'm like, hey, yeah, I get it. It's good to be clean at some point, but no, it was fun performing for them too, because like they've never heard of like the nursing home and the funeral home thing.
Mhm, mhm.
Like that's serious. And I remember like the first time I was like writing about that, telling my dad, and he's, you don't want to you're not making jokes about that. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's how? Like that's insane that no one's thought to even like look at that at
Yep.
all. And he's just like, it's just, and then he sees me do it on stage, and he's like, it's funny. Like it's funny because it's not like I don't know, man. Like there's a serious side of that too that like I don't want to joke around about, but
Mhm.
also like there's an important side to joke around about, and it is like I don't know. I can't wait to start pulling that apart a little bit more.
You should.
But
It's a good one.
Perform with them is fun. For my friends, whomever, yeah. My grandma likes my jokes. She knows all of them,
Fuck
like
yeah.
even the bad ones, and
Fuck
those are
yeah.
fun to tell her. It's fun telling my mom like those rough ones too, because like I can hear her being like, "Oh, Clement." She's like, "Okay, that makes sense. Okay." It's cute. They're good, man.
That's cool. Your parents support you. That's awesome. You tried skydiving before?
No, I've not.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
You would
I
like.
think-
I feel like you would like it.
Yeah, I tend to enjoy things like that. I just like I have never had like the opportunity. Actually, one of my buddies from Navy, he was on the skydive team at Navy, and
Hell
like
yeah.
he's done like thousands of jumps, like just doing that. Like they'll go to festivals and shit where he'll just like the plane just goes all day, and he'll do like 15 jumps during the day or something. Oh, it's weird. That's a whole different lifestyle with their shit.
Speaking of death and skydiving, I had an ex-Navy SEAL guy on the podcast a couple months ago, and he was talking about how sometimes there is a couple missions that they had to do at nighttime, and for some reason, I forget if it was to keep them from potentially being seen by the enemy, but they had to dive blind. Like they could have night vision gear or whatever, so they could see where they were going through the sky and dodge buildings and whatnot. But he was like, yeah, there's a couple missions where we didn't have that gear with us. And there's a very specific sound when a body hits a building, and it's just like, well, Frank's dead.
Yeah.
And then he just moved on with the story. I was like, wait, you
gotta-
can't just gloss over that, bro.
He has a different perception of shit, man. Yeah, like you don't want to be thinking about that when you got to deal with your own stuff.
No, he's still got to land. He's got to dodge his own building. He's got to kill some bad guys
Those
once he
fucking
lands. Like,
Poor window cleaners, man. That's a tough Monday. Showing up.
yeah, Frank's on the window.
That's insane. Yeah.
That was a fun episode. He had some fucking story. Everyone,
yeah.
they've all been fun episodes, but he just really threw some curveballs at me because his cadence was he would say these terrible things and then he would just move past them, almost like you might do on stage at a comedy store. Because I was tempted to laugh the way he presented it, and I'm just like, dude, I shouldn't be laughing at Frank dying on the side of this building.
Yeah,
Like
you have
that's
to.
fucking tragic. Like he's dead.
You gotta laugh at that stuff. Yeah, if you overthink it, it just gets bad. The stories are fun, though. Yeah, I mean, no, I would like to try skydiving though. That'd be cool.
You should. Please go. It'll be a mix of the most exciting thing you've ever done and also the most peaceful moment of your life.
That's what I need. That like humbling things I like.
Yeah.
Like, and it doesn't have to be like a near death experience. Like even the size of a mountain or a tree, like that can be. I don't know. That's weird, but like that can be humbling. I enjoy that. Like remembering how small I am, or whatever.
Yeah, you're so small, you 6'2" bastard.
It is compared to giant redwood, pretty small.
Yeah,
Those are big, but yeah, man, life's fun. What about you? What are you scared of?
What am I scared? What am I scared of? What am I scared of? Heights, which is ironic because skydiving is completely different. It's almost like the height factor is taken out of it. So if you lived in like a 3-story home and I came over one day and you were like, "Hey David, could you climb that 20-foot ladder and change a light bulb for me?" I'd be like, "Fuck no, brother."
Yeah,
like I
like
love
that.
you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
absolutely not.
I got you.
Scared of rejection, scared of meeting new people because I like to be myself. And sometimes when I'm meeting new people or in a room full of people I don't know, that's very uncomfortable. Not like at a comedy show, but there's a couple different events in Austin that get put on once a month, and I go to them in full transparency to find podcast guests.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you were to be like a fly on the wall, you'd be like, that's not the David I met at his place on the podcast. You'd be like, who is this introverted, shy, scared little boy walking through this crowd right now?
I feel that too. Like there's a lot of times I'm like that when I'm very much inside my shell. Like it's just I think a defense mechanism or whatever. It's so weird, like how like that feeling. It's not there sometimes at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're doing certain shit.
It's
That's
never
different.
been on the. I've never got nervous for the podcast.
You seem very comfortable with doing this. And honestly, like from an outside, I've done a few podcasts now. This has been a comfortable experience, and like the questions are cool, and the pictures were funny too. Like that was interesting.
You like that?
Yeah, it was a cool little touch. And there's happy down on them, man. That's just silly. I fucked up starting that because now I have to like do it every day. That happy thing, the pictures or whatever.
You could just stop.
I could.
I don't think your career in comedy is going to go downhill if you stop posting a
No,
happy.
but I'm pretty sure the house would burn down though. That's how it works.
Yeah.
If I don't do it by 2 o'clock, tire's gonna pop or something on the freeway.
Well, did you not post the day you broke your pinky toe?
No, I did. I did post. That was such a bitch of a day too, and I can't believe that. I had a cat fall out of a tree in front of my apartment complex. We could talk about. I woke up to the fire department's outside of my apartment complex, and they're like 65 feet in a tree getting a cat. That
How tall are these fucking trees that you live next
pretty
to?
tall. I like so yeah. Past the Metropolis or whatever.
Uh-huh.
If you go down that hill, I guess what would be up East Riverside.
Okay.
At the bottom of the hill, there's like a little whatever, and I'm just like it's like a phase 3 of the apartment complexes that they have down there. But yeah, 60 feet, and then he just fell. It was fine. It's crazy.
I went on a date probably 2 months ago, speaking of falling, and we're sitting outside this coffee shop, and while we're talking, he's in the middle of saying something that was somewhat interesting, and I'm sitting here, and a bird shits on my hand.
That's good luck, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, you got to eat it, but it's good luck. I don't think you have to eat it.
I don't think eating any type of shit is in the cards for me, good luck or not.
You got to eat shit.
But so we got a chuckle about it, and he said, like, do you want to go clean that off? I was like, well, finish your thought real quick. I want to hear what you have to say. And he's like, okay. And he finished telling whatever story he was telling, and we laughed. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go wash my hand real quick. I'll be right back. And so I go and wash my hands, and I come back, and he's like, I gotta go. And I was like, oh. All right. Well, I will sometimes I just say shit.
Good.
I don't care, especially if like this is not going well. I'm like, fuck it, let's make it worse.
Yeah, why
And
not?
so
Yeah.
I looked at my phone and I was like, we've only been here 20 minutes. Why are you leaving? And he was like, I just think it's absolutely disgusting that you did not wash your hands immediately. And I could never be with someone that treats their body like that. And I was like, bro, you were telling a story.
Yeah,
I was trying to be a good guy and listen to you, and now this is like a deal breaker. If a bird, put that in your fucking Hinge profile, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
red flag. If a bird shits on your hand while I'm talking and you don't cut me off to go wash your hands, I won't like you.
That's kind of, I mean, it is funny though, like how far you would go to like let a story be like, I'm a good listener. I don't know, man. Like I had to do, yeah. Yeah, he was it was getting to the bone, but I didn't want to interrupt and just let him keep sawing. I was just like, no, fuck him. Rather know that stuff early on though, right?
I guess.
I mean, from like you don't want to be with someone like that. It's like because like honestly, if I had someone who just got up, I'd be like, that was kind of rude. Like, you just cut off the middle of my story. I would have probably left. Maybe, I don't know.
In which scenario?
Had they just got up and left, it'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, well, okay, I was telling a story. Depends on where I'm at in the story too. If I was at a good part and you got up and left, yeah, it'd be kind of rude.
All right, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah,
On this one.
you stay there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck
Silly.
that guy. He's ugly. No, he was a somewhat handsome gentleman, but it did end too early before we could find out anything else about each other. So that's cool.
I mean, yeah, no, it's good luck anyways. It's just that's fine. Dating's got to be weird though. Yeah.
You have a girlfriend right now, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys meet in Austin?
Yeah, we met. Well, I guess kind of doing stand up. So.
She's a comic too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
This seems dangerous.
Dude, that's what everyone says, but like it's been pretty easy for us. I don't know if it's for us, but like we're confident in one another, and like we just enjoy it. I don't know. Like we're not at a drastically different level where that would become challenging, where like one's getting booked and the other is not. like we're kind of similar from that. We're in the same like class. So yeah, like it's fun. We come up with a lot of this, like the jokes I have are conversations that like we have, and it's just what I'm saying. And I'm like, oh, like if she's laughing that hard, maybe it's funny. And like that's where, like the BDSM joke, all that stuff, just that was an actual conversation like having just with her. That I don't know, it's funny, silly. So it's nice. I don't know how like I could date somebody that's not a comic right now either, because like I'm always gonna choose comedy over whatever
Right.
is going on, and
That's the
she
point.
gets that. But yeah, man, that's cool.
How'd you guys meet?
So I worked at Shakespeare's like maybe like a month after moving down here, and she was like just starting comedy and like doing mics and things like that. So she would see me around there, and she kind of hunted me a little bit.
Nice.
She's persistent.
That probably felt good.
Yeah, it was neat. Like we were friends for a while before we kind of looked at it that way, and then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, we're this is like this. So
Friends first.
for a bit, yeah, it was.
I like
It was
that.
different, yeah. No, she's a good person. She's funny too. She's funny. She helps me out a lot too. She gets me. Like I am just myself around her. Not to say that I wasn't. I guess what I thought myself was with other people, but I'm cool just like being myself with her.
Yeah.
And I don't think many, like I dated a little bit when I moved down here at the start, but candidly, like it's a lot of late nights. You don't make a lot of money. So
Yeah.
it's like we can walk my dog in the woods is about the only date. And that sounds pretty, yeah, it's dangerous. So like, you're not going to get the best folks from that type of interaction either, but no, she's good. She gets it.
That's awesome. I feel like, I know I mentioned earlier, like a lot of my friends are getting engaged and whatnot, but I feel like dating is hard these days. Like regardless of what scene you're in, the straight scene, the gay scene, like, which is weird too, because Austin has a lot of very attractive people in it.
Yeah.
Who are very single, and
Yeah.
it seems like everyone that's in the dating game that I know, all of us are just like striking out. So that's fucking cool to hear that you moved here and within like a couple months. How
So we have been almost a year now, or maybe a year.
is that including the friendship time, or just that since you've been like dating?
No, it wouldn't include the friendship time. So yeah, it'd be like a little over a year.
Fuck yeah.
Having known her, yeah.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
good. And even, but I agree with that though. Like moving down here, like the dates that I went on, like I didn't. That was the feeling. It was like it's just fleeting shit with everything. You know. I feel like I talked to a lot of people about that. But,
I tried inviting someone on the podcast for a first date once.
Oh really?
He didn't respond.
Did you mention that it would be a first date?
Yeah.
Why didn't respond at all?
Yeah, I forget the exact verbiage, but I was like, hey, man, you're very attractive. I saw that you're gay, and I thought it would be fun to get to know each other. Why don't you come on my podcast, and we'll just, like, shoot the shit, and I'll make us some mocktails, and we'll just hang out for a bit and see what happens. And I thought it'd be really funny if he responded and said yeah, even if it didn't go anywhere. Even if he was just like, yeah, and he came on just for the sake of the audience to get to watch something, like, very out of the ordinary. Of,
That
like,
would
David's
be pretty.
never done this before.
Yeah, from an audience
That'd be super
perspective.
entertaining.
Yeah, I would
Maybe,
think.
you know?
I would think so. Yeah.
Especially if it got awkward. If it got
Yeah,
awkward,
that's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
almost love that. Like, man, they're gonna fucking in my
Yeah,
head. I wouldn't
like
say it out
that
loud,
more,
but I'm
yeah.
like, they will love this.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, dude, I was sort of bummed he didn't respond. I was like, that'd be pretty
That would've been
fucking funny.
fun. I mean, an interesting first date. I'm trying to think. Like I've had girls come to like, and this is when I was just like dating or whatever. Like if they're like, you want to hang out? I'm like, yeah, I'd come to a show or like the mic I'm hosting tonight. So like they would get to see me. And at the end, they'd be like, I don't like this. This is crazy. This dude's fucking nuts.
But that's also like you were saying with the bird poop guy. It's sort of a good thing because you get to save up so much time up front. So if he had said yes and he came over and he sees how I'm conducting myself on the podcast, this is like the truest version of me is what you're seeing here right now.
Yeah.
And so if he saw anything he didn't like, either one of my theory is one of two things would have happened with him. Either he would have loved it and we would have, I don't want to say loved each other, but it would have been like a click immediately that would easily lead to a second date, or he would have hated hate is a strong word, not liked who I am, hopefully had a good time,
Yeah.
but then been like, you're definitely not for me.
Which is fine. Yeah, that would have been funny.
Maybe I'll try a few more times.
Why not? I mean,
I'm gonna make this happen.
well, because there was something like I appreciated that. This is, I don't know, for like the type of, or there might have been one or two times where like somebody, a girl or whatever, like they want to, like they would come and like they just see me, and like the times that they're like, this isn't cool, or like, what, this is what you actually want to do. I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, and they just like, that was it. That's perfect. This doesn't make any sense. That's like the most. So like when I don't know, like there were times when people would be like, I want to hang out. I'm like, okay, you just see the most vulnerable you. And then after it, if they don't fuck with it, cool. That's like that's good. That's an important thing. I don't know. I guess I had that happen like once or twice when I was like, all right, cool. I actually do care about this.
I feel like I just got the biggest smile out of you when you were articulating that.
I'm trying.
When you were like, yeah, you smiled. That thought tickled you a little bit.
Well, it's hard to. What was I even talking about? Yeah.
Girls who hung out with you for the first time and didn't like you, or girls that saw you on stage. That's the only part I didn't catch.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Like, I guess it was just the first time I felt like I was being myself in like 30 years. Where before, like, if I wanted, or if like that girl, I don't know, I was just very appeasing to people. So like that's what I would do, and I don't know if it's having something other than nothing. None of this makes sense now.
You have become unhinged.
I don't know
You going off the
what.
rails. This shouldn't be tired for you. This is your morning.
I know. I had to take a nap today too. I haven't been sleeping great either. I've been not taking care of myself, Mom. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna, on your way out, you can't really. Actually, you can see it from here. See that little bag on top of the little black box?
Mm-hmm.
So I just got that 2 nights ago because I haven't been sleeping that great either.
Oh,
they're just magnesium gummies.
Oh, dude, stuff like that's perfect.
I got those because of you. Whoa,
yeah, magnesium's good.
Full
Yeah, good stuff.
circle
Yeah,
moment,
that's
bro. I literally bought that because
do they help? Or you notice?
I'm only 2 nights in, so I'm not sure yet. Last night I slept like a baby. Night number 1, they didn't help at all. I tossed and turned all night.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I had tried. So actually, since we've talked, I've tried 3 different ones. I tried a company called Beast Bites.
Okay.
Or maybe that was the one I was using when we talked. Those ones were decent. However, they're always sold out to a point I even emailed them. And I was like, hey, you guys have been sold out for like 3 months and I'm not sleeping.
Oh, damn.
And whoever responded basically said, it's our most popular product. You just got to check the website every day and hope to be the first one.
Who makes that one?
Beast Bites.
Oh,
it's like a supplement company, like Optimum Nutrition. So then I tried, you can't see it, but there's another bottle down there that's a brand new company that's Austin based. However, they do not list their ingredients on the bottle, which is a little fishy. So they're brand new and I don't really know what I'm taking. So then I'm almost
Austin,
through.
it's good.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. So then I found this company and I ordered these ones and, I will say the taste is the best of the 3. I feel like I'm eating a couple of gummy bears, hour before bed. It's almost like a little dessert.
Yeah.
As far as the quality of the product, let me report back in like 3 or 4 nights and I'll tell you if I'm sleeping better or not.
That's like, I need to just, not like break, but something. Like I need to just reset a little bit. I can sense that in myself.
Go skydiving.
It might be something like that. Sometimes it's a tattoo. Pierce my nipples, change my hair color. I haven't done those yet.
Me neither.
One of these days.
Maybe I'll go bleach my beard. That would be insane.
That'd be pretty funny, actually.
That'd be insane.
Just bleach it.
Show up at your next show.
My tips. Why not? Yeah.
You wanted to what?
Frost my tips.
My brother did that when he was a teenager.
I don't think it's a bad idea. Dad.
Would you keep the perm if you did that?
It's not a perm.
Oh.
No, it's not. I think it's just the humidity down here is what it is. No, dude. So I put more stuff in my hair in Cleveland, and I would always like try and make it straight. And then I moved down here, just like didn't wash it as much, didn't put as much shit in it, and it just got curly with the humidity. It's
a nice
where
perm
it's at now. That's where the money's going. Please Venmo me more. No, man, this is I do need to like the sleep, the diet, all that stuff. Like I feel like I've been juggling it lately.
Well, you're not drinking. I feel like that's gotta. You must feel 10 times better now
Bored?
that you're. Oh,
No.
okay.
I do feel I feel better, but like it's past the point of like the first month or two, yeah, you feel it's a drastic difference. Now it's just like who I am. So like my bones hurt from eating just shit now instead of, sounds weird, but like there's just little things I can do to take care of myself.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of snacks at night. Late at night.
What kind of snacks?
Trail mix, donuts.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll eat like 3,000 calories at 4 in the morning. I'm not like, I'll wake up sometimes and just sleep eat, and maybe that's depression. But no, I think my house is haunted, and the ghost came.
I
to
think
the new
your house
place.
is haunted by your lack of self-control at HEB.
It's what it is. Well, yeah.
That is the ghost.
Here, everything's better. I like HEB. It's a damn good company.
I've been on a big chocolate chip cookie phase recently.
Oh yeah.
I
I
just-
just got some chocolate chip cookies tonight. Actually.
You want one?
No. Yes. A baker's dozen.
Here you
There
go.
any nuts in them?
Nope.
Fuck yeah.
Just cashews.
That's perfect. Hell yeah. Love me a good cookie. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if you're thirsty or not, but there you go.
Look around. What's up, buddy? So,
Yeah, the sleep thing has been getting under my skin so much, dude. I'm doing all this stuff like, not if I know I'm going to bed at 10, I'll try to cut off eating by 8. Trying to work out at night. Like if you weren't here tonight, I would have been at the gym around now instead of it.
oh, so you like late workouts?
Because I'm trying to do stuff to exhaust me. So I'll go to the gym, get a super hard workout in, 20 minutes in the sauna, usually eat right before gym. That way, by the time I go to bed, I will have not eaten for like 4 hours, give or take. Taking the magnesium gummies. I'm now listening to podcasts instead of watching TV, so that way I'm not
Smart,
I don't
yeah.
have the thing. Dude, I'm doing all the fucking things.
You do
And I
lights,
still-
like overhead lights and things like that, and like removing overhead lights after it's dark out.
I keep
Kinda.
that one on.
I mean, I think it's like every little. It's who knows what works, I guess. But
Nothing works.
seriously though. But no, I mean when the sun goes down, like you're not used to having lights above your head. So like that was one thing I changed and did a bunch of like red lights or pink lights at night. It seemed to help. Do you ever work out in the mornings? Oh, it's annoying. It's
I
hard.
swim in the morning.
Okay, yeah. Because like your body is still like, depending on the workouts you're doing, like your body might still be trying to keep that energy going, like while you're sleeping at night. If you're doing like certain cardio or things like that.
Cardio.
I didn't know if you do cardio. You swim.
Clementine.
It's cardio. I do
Cardio.
Cardio. Just weights. Well, that's yeah. I mean, that's different. But yeah, sleep like it's important for recovery and like your body actually healing. Diet's important. Driving on the right side of the road. Looking twice.
Maybe I'll try the morning workout thing. Because I'll fuck if I could get a good night's sleep, I would try anything.
Look up. I mean, there's like so many sleep protocols and stuff like that you can do. But
I almost,
do you ever wear the Whoop bracelets?
I do not.
So that helped me a lot. Like when I first, I don't know if I had it before that 75 hard thing or after, but wearing that helped me like understand a little bit more about how important recovery was and like getting in a sleep deficit. And even now, like with the comedy shit, there's times like today and yesterday I took a nap for like an hour in the middle of the day just because I woke up at 7 a.m. So like I was up till like 2 last night though. So I'm not used to like that. I'm still used to getting up kind of early. So sometimes I'll like get in a sleep deficit and need to take a nap in the middle of the week or whatnot. But who the fuck knows? None of us do.
Yeah, I told my buddy Tyler, I was like, dude, we really need to get our sleep schedules under control because he texted me at 3:30 in the morning on Monday. He was like, sorry, I didn't see your text about the gym earlier. It's a hard day at work. I'm just going to bed. I responded to him when I woke up at 4:30. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, the fact that you
That's
are
great.
going to bed an hour before I'm getting up is bad for both of us.
Yeah.
This is not, we're both so fucked right now.
Well, and that idea of like you need less sleep, like that's not possible. Like you need sleep. It's I don't know. It's something in that clicked too at 30, where I was like, oh, this whole like recovery thing is just as much important, if not more important, than the actions that you do to like earn it. If that, like, I don't know. Like I've always burned the candle at both ends since I was younger. That's something like my mom told me about. I would get sick all the time and just like overdo it, and something about like having some consistency. That was another thing at 32. Was like, oh, can't sprint everything, you know.
Well, in my 20s too, I felt I didn't even have the sick thing. I felt indestructible in the sense like I was working a full-time job, going to school, get home. Me and my roommate would split a bottle of whiskey,
Yeah.
and I would wake up the next morning and feel like $1,000,000 getting
Wow, how quick that goes.
yeah, dude. And now I don't even think it's an older thing. I think maybe I fucked with my body so much in my 20s that now it's like, oh, you think you can put in these fucking sleep habits for 2 months and just fix the last 10 years of destruction?
Yeah, it's
We gotcha.
it's a lot, man. It's even that, like at 30, I was like, not rebuilding your body or whatever, but like stretching and other things like to have more longevity with my shit. Like that became important to me, and I never really cared about that before. It was always just kind of life. What do you think, Thad? You handsome boy.
Dude, Thad, I want to show you a funny picture of something Thad does every now and then. He's such a fucking weirdo, dude. Look at this guy.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, Birdie will sit like that. Hi, you know what you talking about you? Just sit like a human, hanging out.
Yeah.
He's trying to get on the podcast, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, see, I could sit in a chair. I'm
That's
like, well, that's
great.
the couch. This chair is a little bit more wobbly, and you can't jump in it. I'd try to put him in this chair,
Yeah.
and he hates it. He's
Yeah,
just like,
it's- my dog
absolutely
doesn't like,
fucking
yeah,
not.
The swivel things freak them out.
No.
That ain't the way to do it.
Uh-uh.
That's fun stuff, man. What time is it? At 9? Yeah.
Clementine.
Probably do. This has been fun, man.
This has been fun.
It's been
Dude,
good.
thanks for coming over, shooting the
Hell
shit,
yeah,
letting
man.
me dig into your past. That was fun, man.
It was nice. I like it. I hope I came off somewhat, super smart and intelligent. But no, dude, this was cool. It's different talking, I guess, just about this shit. Like, I don't know. I'm used to just in my own head and then saying the things I want to. The dialogue's a little different for me in this world. Like, before it was easier, but I don't know. I'm still, like, figuring my shit out, so it's fun. I appreciate you, though.
I appreciate
good,
you too,
man.
man.
It's been good
hey,
times.
last cheers. Here's to figuring
Solid.
it out.
To figuring it out,
Figuring
man.
it out, baby.
That's all we can do.
And as they would say on the Graveyard podcast, fuck it, we're doing it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Dude, I didn't
Welcome.
watch that clip in years.
Oh, it's like...
And as soon as one of you or Tyler said it for the first time, I actually paused it and YouTubed it. I was like, I haven't seen this in forever. It's so goddamn funny.
It's so that's just silly shit like that. Like, you don't know where you pick stuff up from and what sticks, and I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah,
Brings people together.
for sure. To the audience, if you guys are still with us, I know you are still with us. Thank you for listening and for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Quick ask of you. If you listen on Spotify tonight, hit that follow button. Do the same thing if you listen on Apple Podcast. If you watched on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And if you do this very small thing for me that takes 10 seconds of your time and none of your money, my commitment to you will be twofold. First off, I will fight to keep this podcast free so there's never any paywalls or subscriptions or any kind of bullshit like that. And my second commitment to you will be to find awesome human beings like Clementine to come on, tell their story, share some laughs, have a good time, and make your week a little bit easier. With that being said, stay healthy, stay happy, and have a good Saturday night. Bye, everyone.
Hell yeah.